Pop.
Man over madness, grand over habit. We never had it. Check off the box on the bag list. Now we established from the block to the palace. Usage and salvage. Now we about it. Traveling thousand. Rich or poor, we breaking the balance. When it changed to that the ballot. Didn't get a thing, so I still with my talent. Up in the clouds, collecting the mileage. Soon we hit land, we up at the challenge. Dodging anything that's bringing us malice. Got hit in the cup, can't sip from that chalice. Trying to see life from a different view. Checking all sides, my peripheral. We up now, and that's the pinnacle. The inner you. Eyes stuck on the inner tube. Perception got them in V2. They all gas like an inner tube. Took a small break, just the interlude. Now we in the groove. Took a couple losses, we was 10 and 2. Before the turn, it was 10 and 2. Got it hand over hand like we 10 and 2. Cause when you down and out, they don't pin you. Still we made it. From the land where they take that, they don't play fair. Lost a lot of niggas, fell off with niggas, I don't really care. Hell with them now, whether tried to fail with them now. So we out here until we out of here, looking up now past the stratosphere. Yes, sir, we gonna end it right there. We ain't even finna do no long intros today. You feel me? Cause we got a hot panel. We finna have a serious and great discussion about Xbox, the past, present, and future, where we see it going, and even in relations to the game industry, the future, the changing in the game industry, what aspect of that will have an impact on how Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft move going forward. We already see these changes. Some of these changes is creating a lot of conflict within the Xbox community. I'm seeing relationships being destroyed. I'm seeing content creators go at each other. I'm seeing negative tweets and people disrespecting each other over decisions that they haven't made, but decisions Microsoft made. You have people out here forcing you to pick a side. And so we're going to have a serious discussion about this today on the show. And as y'all come in, hit the like button, share it out. But we got my man, Mr. Boomstick, on the show, as well as my brother Fuzzy Belvedere. Man, I want to thank you guys for joining the show today. I look forward to having a serious conversation about what's going on with Xbox, what's going on in the community, and where we see this going, and what we would like to see in terms of their direction and changes that may impact us, because I know what we like, everybody might not like. So I definitely want to get y'all opinion on that. But once again, as y'all come in, hit the like button and share it out. We finna have a great show. But before we start it, Mr. Boom, introduce yourself. Let us know what's been going on with you and what you've been playing, brother.
Well, listen, first of all, complete honor to be here. We've been talking about this for a minute, and I'm here, and I'm happy to be here. I'm here to support one of the community's best. Post Up, I love you like a brother, and I get a chance to work with Fuzzy twice a week, so I'm incredibly honored. I get a chance a third time to work with him this week. Look, if you don't know who I am, I'm Mr. Boomstick XL. I'm the host of Double Barrel Gaming. We're a small channel. We're 14K. We do it the old school way, the mom and pop way, the grassroots way. Lately, there's been a lot of negative Xbox stuff. There's been a lot of negative community stuff. We don't pick sides, and we're going to get into that. But for me, it's great to be here to talk about Xbox. It is my favorite platform. I do support all three proudly, gladly, buy games where I want to play. And speaking of playing games, man, there is something that is known as crack cocaine, and that is Dragon's Dogma 2. Because
wow,
damn, dude,
it's like that.
What?
Look, I never played a Dragon Dogma.
I played the original for about maybe 4 hours, and I had no affiliation to it. Right? I'm like, okay, it's fine. I can see what people like about it, but whatever. And I started to see the articles. I started to see the coverage. I started to watch the podcasts, like what people are doing right now. And I thought, well, you know what? I'm gonna buy this game because it looks pretty dope. And it turns out where it's already my game of the year. It's already my game of the year. I cannot stop playing it. I am just hit level 24. It is everything I could possibly want in an open world RPG that has these moment to moments that. All right, I don't want to gum up the show.
No, go ahead.
But there's this one particular instant. Oh, what's up, double O? What's going on, brother? How you feeling?
Oh, what up, P? What up, gang? What up?
We live, brother. We live. Yes, we live.
Dang, we can't get no pre-show. Hey, what's going on, P? What's up? Time to do say. Shout out to my baby girl. It's her birthday. So gang.
Oh,
happy birthday, brother.
Nice.
Happy
birthday to the queen, man.
Now, quick question: can y'all hear the audio?
Yes.
Can y'all hear like the background music?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We don't hear no background music.
No background
music.
Yeah.
No, cool. We good then. All right. Go ahead. Rock y'all.
So this one again, what makes Dragon's Dogma 2 special are these moment to moments that are unscripted. They're not a part of that's something everyone is going to happen or see or come across.
Oh.
So
okay.
I'm with my crew. I have my main pawn and the 2 people that you can hire. So you're rolling with a crew of 4, including yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And we're walking up a ridge, and I hear this growl or this roar.
Mm-hmm.
Trees moving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, this is something big. Walk up the hill, and I see an ogre in the distance, and he starts walking towards this bridge that's in front of him. So I roll up behind him, and he goes to step on the bridge, and I cut the ropes on the bridge, and he falls forward, and he becomes the bridge.
Your guy?
Yes, the ogre became
the ogre. Wow.
Legs until he fell and he died. He just fell.
Wow.
We didn't even have to fight him. He literally fell over. He couldn't move. And when we chopped his legs, he literally just fell down the whole cliff and died. Just like that. I actually have it on tape. I recorded it.
Hold on. Y'all keep going. My sister calling me. Hold on.
Yeah, do you think? So, that's it, man. Fuzzy, what you been playing, bro?
Same game. I just posted a couple of clips earlier today. Earlier had Mav's pawn.
Oh, that's awesome.
And had upgraded his bow and everything like that. He was only like a level 14. I'm past like level 30 now. But yeah, just been enjoying the game. Been exploring the map, trying to fill in as much area. Although sometimes it's hard to get around to some of the higher locations, and I haven't quite figured out how to get my pawns to either levitate me or like when I do the springboard. A lot of times they'll hop up there and then they'll open up the chest at least, but they won't pick up like the coins or some of the other stuff that's up there. So it's like I got to figure out how to get them to recognize those things. But man, that game is just so much fun. It's been eating a lot of my time. But other than that, still playing my GT7, still playing Horizon 5. I got the cars from last week, all of those collected, whatever ones I didn't have. They got a bunch of new ones this week. And they have it where it's almost like a community build thing. Like the more dirt races we do, we all get the new F-150 Raptor. The more asphalt or on street races that we do, we'll get the new Mustang and stuff like that. So hoping that everybody, if you haven't turned on Forza Horizon 5 in a while, please do that so we can get those cars. But
nice.
Man, just so glad to be here with you guys.
It's been a while. I've been on that game. I ain't even gonna hold you. Yeah.
No, but it's still a ton of fun. They have like highlighted community build tracks as one of the events that you can do. They also have like upgrades to the photo mode. Like they now have it where you can get out the car if the car is not moving, obviously, and you could do different poses. They have it where they've added more like scenery changes. Like you could do day through nighttime as far as let's say it's daytime, but you want to do a nighttime pick. You can change it real time just for the photo. It doesn't change it in game, but for the photo, you can, do a lot more things that you couldn't do like when it first launched and stuff like that. So that game is still amazing. Hoping that we get another one here soon, but I'm still of the belief 2026 we get all the 6s. We get Gear 6, Elder Scrolls 6, and Forza Horizon 6 in 26. But we'll see how that goes. But man, just glad to be here with you guys. a lot of stuff happening in the Xbox, a lot of stuff to talk about. But what about you, Double?
Oh well, I'm a 2K head, so y'all gonna have to forgive me. It's been a lot of smoke in the city. With the comp side of the game, a lot of people been like, they've been competing with the Titans, so it's been a lot of cheating going on. A lot of people getting kicked out of tournaments because they scared of a group. So it's been a lot of turmoil with that. Dragon Dogma definitely been on that game. Awesome game, amazing game. From it's just the moment I turned it on. To be honest with you, I like the attention to detail. It's like every decision apparently alters the story at the end. For what I was saying, or if you miss a mission, you liable to lose that mission because the person either dies in the game.
Yep.
From what I've been learning, so I went with the warrior class, but I think I'm about to switch up because I seen it's a class where you can do multiple. You can do all of the you can do like the daggers. And I'm long story short, I'm at the part where Medusa is, and I'm trying to cut her head off.
We still talking about Dragon Dogma?
Yeah, I didn't want to cheat. I'm one of them hard-headed people. Like I'm one of them people that didn't do the strategy books. I try to refrain from using YouTube to find out things. So I did cheat with the Medusa head. I'm not gonna hold you. I heard that if you take her head off, it's a great end game tool. So I'm on that process right there. We on that mission. Just a little help out with the pawn situation. You have to look for pawns that I call them little temp service people. So little temp service people, you gotta look for the ones that says thievery, or they have like different classes on their traits. And they'll show you, they'll be the ones that either pick the locks or will run over to the chest and grab it for you if you don't see it. Also look at your right hand man, the one you get your first pawn you get. Look at their traits. Usually the ones like with the shield, they're if you unlock the perk, that's the one that'll thrust you in the air or either grab you when you're on the griffin and drop down. Look for that type of stuff. So it's in the attention to detail with the game. But I love it. What else I've been playing, man? I'm staying away from Diablo 4. I'm sorry, it ain't happening. I'm not giving y'all that shit.
Why?
I can't do it. It's too much devil.
What?
I ain't got enough Christian in me for me, bro. I turned on from the intro.
You said they threw Jesus out the window, huh?
Brother, look here, pose. You know me.
You know I don't watch any demonic movies or anything like that.
Is great.
I turned it on, and within like 2 minutes of the intro, I said, "Time out. We can't do this stream. We got to shut this down. It's over with." I went back to 2K. I played safe. I felt safer there.
Wait. Hold on, brother. Not you, my brother. Not you. Listen. Wow.
I ain't got enough holy water in me, brother. I ain't even going.
You say from the intro.
Jesus, and you know what? I'm not even hating on that.
You talking about symbolism, Post? You know us. We here, Chicago niggas. When we talking symbolism, bro, through the intro, I said, "Time out, bro. We gotta go." This ain't it.
That is funny.
So I hopefully they got all their money
that they downloaded
it. That game. Everyone said it was a great game. It sold millions. It ain't just gonna get a penny from me. Shout out to Game Pass.
I downloaded it from Game Pass. I haven't booted it up yet.
Absolutely, I did the same thing. And when I booted up, because you remember. Noah tried to get us to play the game. He's like, "Oh, come on and join in. We can do a stream with the state of game and woo." And then I was like, "No," I was hesitant. I was like, "It's that demonic lady in the front. It don't look right." And I'm sorry, some of these developers out here just mentally ain't there for me. It ain't connecting.
You said God is trying to tell you something.
You gotta know your speed. You gotta know your speed, baby.
Hey, look like I ain't mad at you, brother, because that's how I feel. About movies, about demonic movies.
Yeah,
I keep that energy. I think, and we're not gonna get deep into this
because we think too hard.
I think
we don't cut our brain off. If we was the type of guys that cut our brain off and just watch something, all that little symbolisms and little echoes and little niche and different dialogues they put in the game, we wouldn't pay attention to it. We just be playing the game. I see the shit. I don't want to see it
I
no
just
more.
say this. I just say this. I think as humans, we are energy at its core. All right.
Mm-hmm.
We are, and we have the ability to manipulate it. We have the ability to send and receive it. And I think what you put in your visual and your audio, you welcome certain type of energy into you, and it can affect you. That's
Mm-hmm.
I had that experience with paranormal activities when I first watched it, and that shook my spirit to the core. And prior to that, I had watched scary movies with no issue, but that one time I watched that movie, it did something to me. I'm talking about my spirit, not the physical. My spirit was shook. I cut off anything dealing with demons. I ain't watched a movie since. Let me tell you something. You only got to tell me one time.
Hey, that's all you need.
God just showed me one time. You just got to tell me one time. And in terms of like the stuff that really get into the demonic devil, I cut it out. Now, if you're saying Diablo 4, I might not even boot it up now, but I'm gonna still give it a
intro.
That's wild. That's
I was
wild.
like, man, let me check the intro out because the intro gonna be heavily cinematic. It's gonna show all the detail and I'm like, okay, cool. Let me chill out and relax and drink my water. I looked and I said,
this brother.
Oh no.
Now I do want to ask this. While we're on the topic of Dragon's Dogma, which I never played the first game, and I don't have the second game. Is it co-op or is it just single player?
Single player,
but you have it
feels like
co-op
though. Honestly, because your crew does battle with you, man. And if you set it up nice, like I have a warrior, I got an archer, I got a second warrior, and I have someone that can heal. And when they're all working in tandem, you got one who shoots from a distance, me and the other heavy go in, and we have the magic user say, like healing you whenever you get hurt. It's crazy good. It feels like you playing with co-op, but you not playing with co-op.
One person goes down, they'll carry him to you.
Yes.
That's what made me ask that question, because I've seen gameplay clips on the X app. I'm surprised I didn't say Twitter, but on X, right? And I've always seen like 4 people on the screen. And the way they was playing, I assumed that it was co-op. But you're saying the AI is that good?
It's phenomenal. Yeah. Phenomenal.
And if you use your friends' pawns based on how they play, that pawn will learn certain things. So not only will they find like other chests or other like quest lines and where to go to, but like if that pawn is used to heal their original owner or whatever, they'll do the same thing for you. Or if you're the type where you keep on using them as the pack mule, get all the stuff for them to carry, give them all the gear that you find, they'll do the same thing for you. They'll go out and like harvest all the like berries and stuff like that for you and stuff. So the AI is definitely stepped up in this game.
Yeah.
Now that's and I guess we can get into that conversation later. Look, I understand graphics is what everybody like, eye candy, but this is where the industry needs to innovate.
Yes.
In terms of AI gameplay aspect. I know the GPU power and stuff, because technology is going to continue to get better and better and better. But this is what we need to innovate. NPCs, the characters that with you, they're not just standing around, that's supposed to be fighting with you, not just standing around watching you fight or getting their ass whooped. Because games like that back in the day, you got characters, developers used to get on these videos and be like, hey man, we got these characters with you, and this character's supposed to do this, do that, and then you start playing the game and they ain't doing nothing they supposed to do.
They're just looking at you like,
looking at you, and you screaming at the screen like, help, do what you're supposed to do. Help, why you ain't doing
like, buddy got hands. Or they get stuck on the wall and shit.
Exactly. So I know Mr. Boom, you spoke on playing I would say DD2 Dragon Dogma, because I don't, the pronunciation is messing with me, so I'll just say DD2.
Yeah,
Mello, you're playing the same thing, right?
Yeah, DD2. Yeah.
Fuzzy,
yeah.
what you got going on?
Same thing.
Introduce
DD2
yourself.
as well.
And, oh man,
DD2 as well, but
Same
also a
thing,
little bit
yeah.
of Forza Horizon 5, just because they got a big event now where if the whole community does like dirt races, we all get a F-150 Raptor. If the community also does like the track races, we'll get a new Mustang and stuff. So
what?
Yeah, I didn't even know they was doing community things like that in Forza. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Wait, hold
I
on.
did not know.
Forza 5 still going this strong like that to this,
People
to this
love
day?
the Horizon
every
series,
week
love
there's
it.
new stuff, man. They have, I would say, at least 4 new cars every week, and they also do like the car packs like every month. But those you have to buy. Like they already did the car pack if you did the VIP thing in the beginning, where it gave you like 30 weeks of cars. But now every month they have like 4 to 6 new cars.
Damn.
As well as you wind up getting new cars in the game every week, where it's like, oh, this weekly season, you get like 2 new cars that you can pick from, or 2 returning to Forza cars in that same week and stuff. So they got me hooked on that. That's no lie on that. So it is what it is, but it's still fun.
That's so dope. I can't hold you. That's why I say when it comes to Xbox games, there's always been that separation where, especially when they start doing the community feature on the dashboard. Like if you're looking for somebody to play with on the game, you can actually just post it or ping it on there, and all of a sudden you're getting invites left and right. So
yeah,
that multiplayer community be on point. But that was the thing with Dragon Dogma. I was worried about. I'm new to the series. I didn't play 1, so
I barely played. I'm right there with you. Like I had no really affiliation to it. I knew it exists. I put like 4 hours into it. I was like, okay, yeah, this is. I came to the series super late, so I wasn't sure about this. And like, I don't know how many hours you got in. You saying you got a Medusa missing? I'm like, what am I doing wrong? I feel like I'm still like.
No, you know what happened? I was just wandering in the game, and I ended up because when you get caught out in the dark, all type of shit is chasing at you. So I'm running around, stamina low, trying to fight off who I can to get away. And then by the time the sun rose, I was over there where the elves were, or the griffins. I mean, the elves. And I'm like, okay, this is nice. It got the nice little silhouette. I'm like, how the hell do I fast travel to get the hell up out of here? And I didn't know about the little so-called fairy stones. I didn't know about those things. So I'm like, I got to go backtrack all the way that I went. So I was like, you know what? Let me just route this way. I went a whole different way, try to thinking it's a shortcut. And I ran into Medusa. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's just one of those games like I said, I love bumping my head because I know I'm missing stuff. But when you run into something, it's always an excitement. It's like, damn, I didn't even know this was over here. So,
I can't. It's crazy because you keep saying about running into stuff. I came across a griffin's nest.
Oh yeah,
I got high into the mountains. I did like you. I made a wrong turn in Albuquerque, and I was like,
I feel like I'm left out of the loop.
So I'm like,
bro,
I need to go back.
Crazy, Post.
I need to go back this game.
Crazy.
So I go and I look down, and I see there's a giant griffin. I'm like 30 feet up. I'm like, oh, I should stab that thing. And I'm looking in the nest. Yo, they had trophies out the ass in the nest.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. So I jumped down, and for the first 15 minutes, I'm fighting this thing by myself because everyone is running around trying to get back to me, and they're like, "Don't worry, Master, we're on the way." Which I hate that they call me Master.
These your players?
The pawns, That's the other dope thing I like about it. Like when you're running out of like the safe areas, like the cities, and when you're going on a mission, they'll be like, "Hey, we don't have a mage, or we got this with us."
They tell you what you're missing.
Hey, they actually talk to you, bro. It is fire.
Now, see, that's what I'm talking about when I say that games has hit a wall. They getting graphically beautiful, yes, but in terms of great gameplay mechanic, great AI, NPC, and things like that, I don't think they really have developed that much over the last 20 years. And I think that's where it needs to be pushed. That's where it needs to be pushed.
Systems running in the background here, dude, are crazy.
Spot on.
because
Here's
I
a perfect
literally
example. When I was fighting this griffin, and they had like 6 life bars, so it took a long time to kill this thing. Like you chop away and you start doing your special moves, you run out of stamina, and you literally like
fatigue. He'll pass out.
Yep.
they come running over to you and be like, "Hey, you need a potion," and they give it, and your stamina comes back, and you start whacking away. It is when you get knocked down. Like for instance, I got sat on by a troll, and I couldn't get up.
Wait, what?
A troll sat on me. He jumped on me and he butt slammed me. I'm on the floor. The warrior mage I had with me comes over and picks me up to get back in the fight. They're like, you got to get back in the fight. Let's go. Yeah. It's crazy. It's my game of the year. It's probably one of the best games.
It knocked out Power World for me. Yeah, okay. Knocked out Power World.
How far did you Mello, how far did you get in Power World?
Man,
wait, hold on, come on, put it out there.
The hours, days, weeks.
Come on.
It's been weeks.
Listen, I'm happy for it. I couldn't get into it because that's just not my jam. So
I got like maybe one. I got 2 bosses. I got the 2. It's some 2 bosses in the desert, and then it's another one. So technically 3 bosses left in that game, and then I pretty much complete all of them. But,
wow! Well, you been putting that much time in? Look,
what had happened was
what? Come on, explain yourself.
When the game first came out, you feel me? I was playing it heavy because I was enjoying myself. So
as you should.
I got lost in the sauce, man. God damn, I got lost in the sauce. I got all my resources right. I got all my little, my outposts is on point. They was doing guns over here. You got it. You doing weeds and trees over here. Cut them down. And I was out there taking out the monsters, bro. So.
So you had it all working seamlessly.
It's been weeks.
Okay. All right.
So listen, I got 20 days in Halo Infinite, bro. 20 days in Halo Infinite.
You know what? I want to go back to that because they did the network overhaul,
dude.
And I haven't been back to it. I want to see how it feels.
This 53-year-old man is beating down these kids. I'm beating them down cowboy style.
Yeah. Well, myself, let me see what I've started up Stellar Blade today.
Okay.
Hell no.
Hey, brother, let me tell you something. It was nothing sexual about me hitting that download button. I just want to hold on. I just see the physics. Hold on.
You nasty.
I wasn't interested in the physics, bro. I was trying to in the game overall. It was for research purposes. Okay, it was for research purposes. Let me tell you something. I got mad because we're not, my PlayStation been off for like months since like last year, maybe 2 years ago. I don't know when the last time I turned the thing. I turned the thing on, and my X button don't want to work. I ain't even touched the controller. How a controller button stopped working, and you ain't picking up to play it in months?
It felt neglected.
Look, I turned the thing on and I couldn't even, I hit the X button. I couldn't open up no apps or anything. So I turn it off. I turn it back on. I connect the USB cable to it and hit the mute button. I'm just pressing stuff and it finally started working, right? So I think I need a new controller because when I disconnected it from the system again to try to play wireless, the X button stopped working again. I don't know what's wrong with these stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is not greatness. You feel me? No. This is not greatness when you don't even use a controller and it just stopped working on you for no apparent reason, right? So when I got into the game, I put it on I put it on high fidelity mode. I just wanted to see how it looked. Presentation is good. I didn't know. I'm like everybody else. I didn't know it was gonna have a Souls-like feel to it in terms of the combat. I thought she would move a lot faster. She's kind of move a little slow, and I think they intentionally got her bending over while she running for a reason. You get the dash and all you see is cheeks everywhere. I think this was look. Let me tell you something. I just think this was intentional.
Yeah, really?
Look, I just think this was intentional. But so far, So good. Is it a game that I think I would buy? I don't know. It depends on how, because you got a large skill tree, right? With survival abilities, you got attack abilities, and I forgot the other slot. And then within those, you have multiple things you can upgrade, and so you got to get these things and then purchase your abilities and stuff like that. So the combat felt good. The little first boss I fought, I played it on story mode because I'm not a Souls gamer. So I just put it on story mode, which was a little bit light in terms of the difficulty than it is for normal mode. I think normal mode is the hardest difficulty. They don't even got no easy, medium, hard. It's either story mode or just normal mode, and that's tough. But the combat felt good. The only thing I had an issue with is that on most games, when you going to pick up objects on the ground, is either square, triangle, circle, or X. And so I'm killing these things, and I'm knocking over boxes, and I see these items on the ground, and I'm hitting the square, circle, or trying to pick it up, and I'm not picking it up. And it didn't tell me until I hit R2 that R2 is the button to pick up something, and then you're telling me everything else. You're telling me how to whoop this monster ass, right? You're telling me all this stuff, but you didn't tell me that I needed to press R2 to pick up the item, which I think is a little bit weird. Hopefully, I can go in and change the controller configuration. So far, it's a good presentation. The combat feels good. I didn't get far enough to kind of get deep into the combat where things you start building.
Great presentation.
Yes, but the presentation is good. I ran a lot in the game. Don't ask me why. I was just trying to get to the next marker, but it's all right. I will see how it goes from here. But when Boom brought up Halo, I definitely, and I think I'm gonna play some of it because I want to see how it feels after the network overhauling the network.
It's so fast. It's crazy. It's
so it moves a lot quicker than it does in previous.
It's unbelievable how fast it is. And the new map where there's a new map where half of the levels in 0G. So when you get into it, you jump and you fly and you shooting people in the air because it's 0G. Yeah, is where they land the Pelicans in space. It's like a space station. So when you go out of the force field, I know a lot of people gave 343 a lot of smoke because it was a good game, but it was missing. It is so good right now. It's probably the best gas game for shooter in my opinion. Anyway.
Whoa, that's saying that Mello, you played it too since the update.
The Halo, hell yeah. Yeah, we was telling you to jump on. What are you talking about?
Hold on. You ain't got to put me out there like that. But I'm just saying, why do I feel out of the loop on the panel? All of y'all playing the same game, DD2, and then all of y'all didn't play. And I ain't touched it. Post don't play no games. Post don't play no games. This is crazy. This is crazy. What is going on? You know what? I'm gonna hop back on Stella Bray to finish this research project that I'm doing. But I'm gonna play some Halo today too, man. So we're about to go ahead and get the show started. Once again, I want to thank Fuzzy and Mr. Boone for showing up and joining us today. We have a great subject and topics to talk about. I think today for me is going to be a little bit more serious tone because I think it deserved that in terms of the conversation. But before I get started, I do want to do my due diligence and send my shout outs to the chat like we always do. So let me do this here. Shout out to Master Civ 40 with the $5. Hey, panel, PlayStation will always be dog shit. F this brand killing new direction. Microsoft is forcing on Xbox. And that's one of the conversations we're going to have today. And then Master Civ 40 with the $2 again. Hit the like button. Thank you for that. We got Aaron in the chat. We got Tool, man. We got King Reaper 74G. Shout out to my brother. Always showing up and supporting. We got General Spartan 27. We got J-Rock. What's good, J-Rock? I got to get you back on. Ice Cold, 30 Below, Jax 82, PK Thunder. The Ruham was good. Always pulling up and supporting. We also got Solid White 31. We also got Arthur 1. Who else we got here? We got MJ Dark. What's good, brother? Lion Smack Tech, ADM. Let me see here. Yep, Adele 114. Then we got Infinite Umbra was good, brother. Then Jay Wimbert was good. All right, thank y'all, man, for pulling up. For the people that's watching, Johnny Rant was good. For the people that's watching that probably haven't commented in a sec, thank you. For the people that's in the chat that's comment, thank you for being a part of the show and a part of the conversation. Trey Mack was good. Nate Dogg was good. All right, so we're about to get the show started. So I want to start off with this. The basis of today's show is the state of Xbox, right? And the state of gaming in two. But we're going to primarily focus on Xbox because since there is so much going on right now, not only in our community, but changes with the brand itself. And so we're going to talk about the past, present, and the future direction that we see Xbox is going in. Do we like some of the decisions that they're making? What about the things that we don't like? How we feel these things will impact the community and impact the brand as a whole. I want to start off by saying this. I think Microsoft takes one step forward and two step back, right? And what I mean by that is when they last shown where they showed Hellblade 2, right? They showed the Hellblade 2. They did the Indiana Jones. They show all these great games. They show games that's coming on Game Pass and consoles. They even showed the games that's coming on PC, right? So they gave us a roadmap for 2024. And I think coming out of that showing, it was great energy around Xbox. It was great energy around the community because at that point, finally, okay, we're getting the games. The games are coming. We got release dates as well. And we know that starts in May with Hellblade 2. You go from that, having all that good news and positivity, and then it turns around and you got all these rumors coming out saying, hey, the whole state of Xbox going to PlayStation, or these games going to PlayStation. They was going to wait till spring to tell you this and that. So once again, the messaging, right? And I think what Boom said earlier when we was before we went live is Xbox have a sense to allow the media to create their narrative for them, right? Because now you got all these articles coming out, right? And so a show that was supposed to take place in spring, now Sarah, Phil, and Matt got to push that up, and they got to do an emergency podcast, a business podcast, to let us know what's going on. And we finally find out that it's 4 games going to PlayStation, right? We know what those games are, right? Now the dominoes is falling, and you have media outlets and even certain content creators taking advantage of it. And I want to put this article on the screen because I want to start here. All right. Phil Spencer, long cast as Xbox savior, may be remembered as the man who killed Xbox, right? and me and Boom, when he got about, we talked about all these negative articles and angles in terms of the direction of Xbox. Mute a little bit, Mellow. The direction of Xbox, where they going, and things like that. And I just want to read, I'm not going to read too much of this article, but I want to kind of get in to create the foundation of what we're going to discuss. It says, Phil Spencer spoke to the press at GDC last week, offering some context spin on Microsoft's recent maneuvers while dropping a few non-commentary hints about Xbox division, future plans. He said, I take one issue with this. I am no longer sure Xbox has much of a future to speak of. Moreover, I think Phil Spencer, for so long cast as Xbox savior, may ultimately be remembered as the man who killed it. Speaking to Polygon, which has chopped the interview up in multiple news pieces in the classic early 2010 style, Spencer lamenting that the game industry simply isn't growing enough, explaining that all of Microsoft's recent moves, the acquisition Blizzard concessions, the decision to take Xbox exclusives to PS5 and or Switch, the layoffs have been designed to counter this unavoidable, irrefutable truth. He said, without new customers, Spencer says, everybody else's customer is your success state. Who oh, wait, I'm gonna keep, hold on, I'm just finish up. You can't succeed unless you draw in customers from other publishers and other platforms. And because you're not finding new customers with the games that you're building, everybody's kind of fighting over the same size pie. When you have an industry that is projected to be smaller next year in terms of players and dollars, and you get a lot of publicly traded companies that are in the industry that have to show their investors growth. This is a quote from Phil, because why else does somebody own a share of someone's stock if it's not going to grow? The side of this business that then gets scrutinized is the cost side, because if you're not going to grow the revenue side, then the cost side becomes the challenge. All right, I'm gonna stop there. All right, I have so many things that I want to say. I will say this, and I want to start here first. Now, before I even start, I'm gonna let you guys cook. Boom, when you hear this, because it's, to me, that paragraph about stockholders and investors, that this change in direction of Xbox is being driven from the top down, right? The bean counters, it's on Phil head now. We didn't gave you all this money. You didn't got ZeniMax, you didn't got Activision Blizzard, you didn't gave you $100 billion. From a financial perspective, we need to start seeing some returns. So this first portion of this article, how do you feel about not only what the writer is saying about Xbox not having a future, which is crazy, but also what Phil is saying in terms of why he's choosing to start putting first party games on other platforms?
I mean, look, I'm not going to sit here and cap for $1 billion, $1 trillion company. When they make mistakes, anyone that follows me knows, and obviously Fuzzy works with me twice a week. I give him smoke where it's needed. That's it. I don't think that there is a lot of smoke to be given right here, and I'm going to tell you why. Jamie Moran, who is an amazing community member, Xbox podcaster, right? Put out a tweet in regards to this particular article, and I want to read it because I think what he says in 4 bullet points should explain exactly what's happening with the industry. He says, is this because Xbox recently, and he's being facetious, closed down studios, canned games, pivoted to gas, and put out a VR headset that costs more than the console and now have abandoned it? No, those are all things that are happening right now for PlayStation. Okay? That's all legitimate smoke.
Yes.
You want some more smoke about PlayStation? And again, I'm not being facetious, folks. I'm being straight up honest. Is there a roadmap into next year? Because we know nothing's coming out this year for them, right? Other than a potential PlayStation 5 Pro, which is going to be $600. It's going to have 33 teraflops, right? Okay, great. But it's going to have the same literal CPU as the current PS5. So you know what that means for all the bells and whistles that they're talking about? Bottleneck City. It's going to run 10% better. And they're going to charge top dollar, probably $600 minimum for this. No launch game for this console to show you what this is doing. And a new report just suggested that there's going to be a third tier of games being called Pro. So you don't think that Sony's going to try and sell you a Pro version of God of War Ragnarok and a Pro version of Horizon Forbidden West? Yes, that's a fact. Of course they are. And they're going to charge you $10. Hell, they may even charge you $15 because it says Pro. So again, I get it. Listen, Xbox players, I understand that there is a lot of dysfunction. I have called Microsoft to the carpet 10 times over. Their messaging and their marketing is straight up terrible. And they know it, and they need to be better. But suggesting that somehow they're looking to pivot and change the industry and Phil's going to be responsible for killing Xbox. In that interview, which they, well, I guess maybe it's on purpose, they failed to mention that for the next Xbox, they're trying to get a Steam and Epic
Game Store.
launcher
Yeah.
into that console, so all of your Epic Game Store titles and all of your Steam titles will be playable on your next Xbox, and that's bad. How?
Yeah.
I don't understand. I saw a lot of people like, this is outrageous. What do I need an Xbox? I say use me as the poster child for why this is a great idea.
Okay, break it down.
I don't play on PC.
Yeah, me either.
I don't. It's just not my bag. You could give me a $5,000 rig right now, set it up for me with the whole wraparound screen and everything. You know what's gonna do? I'm gonna make videos on it for my channel. That's what I'm gonna do.
I'm putting studio recording software on it, but yeah, go ahead.
But what that does for me, and I said, that's why I say, please, Your Honor, may I go on to the stand here? Yeah. I have seen so many games on Steam that I would love to play, but I don't play on PC. But you know what? If I could buy those games and play them on my next Xbox, well, I've become a customer now to Gabe Newell, who did not have him before. Yeah. That's why this is a great idea, because publishers win and platform developers win. You know who else wins? Gamers like me, who will never play on PC but could go to a Steam sale, buy a bunch of PC games and play that on my Xbox. Like I said, look, Sony is only winning in console sales, and they're not even doing that great, because even in Europe they took a hit just like everyone else. The only one that did not lose was Nintendo. Switch.
Yeah,
that was the only one. So this the sky is falling with Xbox is laughable. Have you seen what they have put into Game Pass just this last March?
Yeah.
I don't understand how much more you personally want. Like I said, I understand that there is concern about games going over to another platform. We saw something happen today with Hi-Fi Rush, Shadows being a pinch better, but the performance is identical. But then, of course, now the sky is falling. Listen, guys. I mean, if you have a distaste for Xbox, I'm not going to fight you on it. By all means, hate on them if you want. But I gotta be honest with you. Nothing in this article, or hold on, nothing in the interview that he did with Polygon warranted this ridiculous clickbait nonsense from BGC. And considering I put them up there, and at almost all my shows I use their work. I gotta be honest with you. Now I'm looking at them with a side eye, because this is gross.
Yeah,
I understand it's an opinion piece, but come on, man, you guys are supposed to be way better than this.
Yeah, and I do understand it, given that the turnaround, that the 10 years that Phil has been in control of Xbox, and even the gaming division itself now entirely, given the state where Xbox was when he took over in the Xbox One generation to where it's at now. I think it is a drastic difference. And I think that don't happen without him. Fuzzy, what's going on with you, man? What you think about the portion of the article that I read in terms of Xbox not having a future, and then Phil's decision on his reasons of why he's, putting some of their first party games on other platforms?
Well, first I'll piggyback off of what you said as far as like from the 2013 to today type of thing, because truth be told, I was a PS3 player.
Okay.
Came to Xbox during the early days of Xbox One, primarily because of a game that came out on PlayStation that, said it was a Forza killer, and it kind of killed itself because it didn't work online for a while. And then I checked out Forza, and, Forza Horizon 2 was like everything I wanted in an arcade racer.
Yeah.
And Drive Club wasn't. So the story be told, that's what led me into it, especially after they took the Kinect out. Price was right. Then they had their initial lineup with was it Sunset Overdrive? You had Rise Son of Rome. You had was it Dead Rising 3?
Yeah, it was an incredible lineup. Incredible lineup.
And these were games, like, for me, I don't know why people were crapping on them in comparison to what was the first year for PlayStation. Like the first year we had, was it Resogun?
Yeah.
And Drive Club was supposed to be a launch title and it got delayed. But after that, like I love the fact that when playing Destiny on PlayStation, if you're not playing with already like either real life friends or work friends or whatever, it was terrible because nobody used the mic. There was no communication. People are running past bosses to get to the end part. It's like, I'm like, what the heck is going on? I'm supposed to kill. I'm under the impression you kill everything you see. No, they're just running straight past everything. So it's like, I felt like I was lost. Come to Xbox, and it's a totally different world. And I started with The Division to the point where it was like, okay, the community actually tries to help you out. Yeah, like before I even knew there was a looking for group type of thing, it's like, oh yeah, let's go into the dark zone. We'll watch each other's back, and then you'll have like a whole group of people. Oh, there's a rogue. Everybody go get him. Now it kind of changed later on where everybody was going rogue, but it was more of a community where you knew people were communicating even beyond that game. You might be in another game and they're in a party just chatting it up, and it was a totally different experience for me. But as far as with Phil coming into the picture, I was under the impression that Xbox was gone, had it not been for him kind of stepping in, coming up with Game Pass, doing back compat, and eventually getting studios, which people forget. Making these games takes time. So if he picks up the studios in 2018 or so for the first batch of them, of course they're not going to have games the next year unless they were already working on them type of thing, which in some cases we did get some of those a little bit on the earlier side. Some of them were passion projects. Some of them were full out games, but they had already had contractual stuff that they had to be multi-plat or whatever the case may be. But had he not been there, I think Xbox would probably have been sold off, or it wouldn't be in existence anymore. And that would be Microsoft publishing for Flight Sim, because that would probably still exist. Yeah. And you might have would they have purchased Minecraft at that point if Xbox is going away? Yeah. So there's just, I don't understand the delusion that he prevented the closure, or that he didn't prevent the closure of Xbox. Like, I get what the opinion piece is about, which I just disagree with the whole title of the aspect. Yeah. With Phil's comments on how the I guess it's now some of the decisions come from, they're not coming from the shareholders, but they're in favor of the shareholders over the customers, which every business does this to some extent. And a lot of times there's pushback from the customer base pending, like whether it's that they cut back on customer service, whether it's they cut back on the quality of builds of whatever product, or they cut back on features of products. We see this in the auto industry. We see this in other technology industries. So it's nothing new, but it is something that, me being, the old head as far as, or maybe the dinosaur when it comes to video games, I believe that consoles should, fight against each other. I was a Sega kid against Nintendo kind of thing. And Microsoft now has all of the tools to kind of put their boot on, the industry's neck. But a couple of key things, because of Bill Gates and the Microsoft era that he ran it, they already have a cloud over them that they're the big bad guys, and we're just waiting for them to screw up again. So if they were to show that type of energy or that type of dominance, then you'd have the FTC and the DOJ trying to break them up and do like what they've done with Microsoft in the past when Bill Gates was in charge, when it was like, oh, every Windows ships with Windows or out, was it Internet Explorer or whatever, and they had it where they forced them to allow other browsers in there. And I think Microsoft kind of learned, they're like, okay, we can't do everything the way we want. We can do only but so much. But like you saw how much trouble they went through to get ABK. Like that was above and beyond.
And they still going through it.
Exactly. And it doesn't seem to make sense. Like, I get it. Go after Apple, which that's fine. That would have made more sense to me to do that as opposed to worrying about ABK. There's tons of other publishers out there. There's tons of other studios. Every time a studio closes, more times than not, there's 2 or 3 that pop up afterward, because the people that leave that were high enough up start their own studio. Now, some of them last, some of them don't last, or some of them get acquired and merged and whatnot. But it's a constant fluidity as far as these studios and the industry is concerned. But to focus on Microsoft as far as that whole ABK deal just didn't make sense to me. And it felt like it was just wasting taxpayer dollars and time when there are so many other things like digital right ownership or digital ownership rights. Like that should be a focal point of the FTC. Like the cable companies are still, getting away with stuff. Yes, a lot of us have cut the cable and gone streaming and stuff, but like Canada has had a la carte cable for decades. Like I remember, was it 2015 when a coworker of mine moved up there for school with his wife, and it's like, yeah, they've had a la carte cable, and it's like I pay $15 and I get 30 channels that I actually want. And it's like, will you ever see that here? No. It's bad enough in the States where if a cable company is in a certain city or two cable companies are in a certain city, it's like if you're in this apartment building, you're never getting the other cable company to come into that building because they have a contract with, Comcast, and this one over here has a contract with Verizon. It's like, what? That shouldn't even be allowed. It should be every building should have access to all of them. But no, that doesn't work in America, apparently. But it's just odd to me that the way they've given or pushback has been given as far as ABK was weird to me, but I understand how some of the business stuff works. I don't necessarily agree with it. Like it's almost like Phil ran out of the leeway time. Like it looks like he was on a short enough leash where it's like, all right, by 2022, 2023, we need to start seeing some, percentage improvements, blah, blah, blah. And the ABK thing kind of put a delay on it. Like had they been able to get that passed through right away, then I think they would have been on track where they wouldn't have had to do some of these, out of character things. But in the grand scheme of things, looking at the future of what they're talking about now with Steam, I get it. There's a lot of people like, why wouldn't I just be on PC? It may not make sense to you, but for somebody that's been on PC in the past and then went back to console and vice versa type of thing, it's one of those things where having access to multiple levels of games or different types of games, like we're never going to get some of those early access games that you see on Steam. And a lot of them are games that people, are drooling over. Like Ready or Not is the best competition to like a Rainbow Six Siege. But will we ever see it on console? Probably not. 6 Days of Fallujah, even though it's still early access and they haven't gotten the AI companions in there, but if you want a co-op milsim that's not really PvP, that would be a game to have on console. But it's not going to come to console for at least a year. Undisputed, because people really want a fight night, and EA doesn't seem to want the money, or they don't want to deal with the licensing, or whatever the case may be. Undisputed is that it's going to come to console eventually, but I've been playing it for over a year now on PC. If you can have that on your console, and a lot of these games I've mentioned have controller support, and we already know that they do mouse and keyboard support for some of the games on console already. Imagine having access to that early. Whether it's the fact that Steam gets all the credit or all the cash from it, or maybe Microsoft gets a piece of the pie. Hey, we take 3% off the top of all sales, or maybe there's a monthly fee, or whatever the case is. If I have access to all of those things, I wish they would have saved the Xbox One name for that generation then, because then you would only need one box to have a PC and your console all in one. So I don't know. It's
hey, that boy good.
Great point. Great points. Great points. I'm loving this so far. Before I move on to you, Mel, I want to get these super chats. Shout out to Jay Rembert with the $5, fellas. What are we going to do about our favorite brand? Microsoft has the power to put their foot on the gaming industry, but refuse to do so. Lion Smack Tech with the $5. 343 nail gameplay on Halo. Microsoft better not send the big three over to PlayStation. That would damage our brand. It is unnecessary. Plus, PlayStation would never do that. RR Jr. was good with the $4.99. Phil is not killing Xbox. He's trying to save gaming. And then we have Anonymous Boss with the $5. Hit up Z for a conversation. I hope Fable and Stalker 2 do very well so I can play it on Xbox handheld. Are you guys looking forward to those two games? Some of the comments y'all made in the super chat, we're definitely going to discuss. Just be patient. We do thank you for your support. Mello, what do you feel about this article saying, this guy saying his opinion piece that Xbox has no future, and then Phil saying, look, this is the reason why we're putting our games on other ecosystems in terms of pretty much, shareholders probably putting pressure on. And I do agree with Fuzzy that, Phil had a short leash. I think when them Game Pass numbers didn't hit their milestones, when Satya didn't get his bonuses based off them Game Pass numbers, I think that was a big effect to what's going on. But what do you think about what's happening in this opinion piece?
We 2 minutes in, right? So we on YouTube. Okay. Fuck that opinion piece. Fuck the artist, fuck the company, fuck the journalist, fuck the motherfucker with the weak ass opinion, fuck the ink that he used, fuck the computer that he typed that bullshit ass goddamn article on. Fuck him to the utmost goddamn of the millennium. So let's get it straight here, man, because you like my buddy said, Phil Spencer say fucking gaming. Period, point blank. I don't care how you cut it, how you view it. If you've been playing games for the last 20 some damn years, what Phil has brought to the table, feature wise, console wise, gaming wise, has turned this shit on his goddamn back, on his axle. From we was around when so-called the Halo killer Killzone was here. We seen the shift with Sony when they switched from multiplayer to only giving motherfuckers single player, and Call of Duty was carrying Sony when it came to profit over there on that end. When it came to the multiplayer side, even to the point where they sold consoles because of Call of Duty.
Yep.
Now Phil said, "Fuck your mother. We gonna take your goddamn. we taking your table. We taking your food off
right now." But I like
it's time, brother. It's time. We got to clear the air because what I seen when Sarah Bond them came out there and they started speaking and they said, "Hey, we had that was about an hour, maybe 45 minutes, and they had to touch on everything that was happening with social media." And right after that, less than motherfucking 24 hours, it was back to negative about Xbox, back to negative about Microsoft. Oh, they didn't say this, and oh, they didn't say maybe it wouldn't come, and maybe it could have, would have, should have. No, eat your motherfucking crow, and you was wrong. Point blank and period. The 4 games that they gave you, half of you motherfuckers cracked jokes about it and threw them shits under the mud outside of maybe Hi-Fi Rush. The other 3 y'all didn't care about. They said it was trash, even though the games were charting and people was playing it and the viewer counts and the player count was up. Y'all just threw them under the goddamn bridge. Y'all said whatever to them. But I've been saying this shit since I came into this gaming industry, like talking about gaming with Z and everybody and Broadband Bullies. You motherfuckers is too old. It's you old motherfuckers are so stuck in y'all goddamn ways that y'all don't understand the writing on the fucking wall. You motherfuckers don't run shit no more. You gray-haired motherfuckers. I got gray too. You gray-haired motherfuckers.
Shout out to the gray hair gang. Look, I got you see my gray.
Hold on, no, fuck that. You gray hair, teen kid having, being gay, got to get out the bed wearing ass motherfuckers are fucking up gaming because y'all come with these dry ass, old ass narratives back when the N64 and the Sega was around. No disrespect to what you said, Boom. It ain't even directed towards you. I'm just ranting right now.
That's all right, brother.
You motherfuckers been carrying y'all ass around here with y'all sugar cane talking about how gaming should go when the younger audience is telling you where the fuck gaming is. Period.
That's it. That's it right there. It's the younger audience.
You motherfuckers. Yes. Yo, we enjoy playing our games on a goddamn cell phone. We enjoy a tablet. If we care about or feel like sitting down in the crib to play a console, cool, it's there. But for the most part, we gonna play what the fuck we want to play. You motherfuckers is hard of hearing and can't understand that, yo, these are businesses. Y'all went out there and ran with King Thrash, dumbass. Come out here talking about some damn 7-8 million in goddamn 7 days. His slow ass don't know shit about business because if you would have seen the writing on the wall, he would have seen that Bungie was a terrible pickup. That shit was fucking disgusting. Phil saw it. Phil saw the shit. Hey, man, they trying to pimp us. We cool on y'all. You motherfuckers went up and got the little straggly little hole on the side. Like, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
Satya Nadella made a mistake and he cleared it up and he said that he made a mistake, which showed that, hey, he didn't give a fuck about gaming, period. When he removed cell phones, they cell phone business, he up and said, yo, I fucked up on that. That was my bad. I fucked up. I wish we would have kept doing it, but that's why I'm continuing with gaming. Game Pass is saving fucking gaming. It's so many goddamn developers that have great fucking games that are not being seen or played because of the big AAA games, or people with these dumbass opinion pieces like this dumbass fucker that will shit on the fucking game, and people will run with that narrative without even trying the game. So
yeah, Mellow Chip is definitely activated, y'all.
yeah, we there. Fuck all that shit. So when it comes to these consoles, now everybody keeps saying they about to get out of console, they about to get out of console. You're fucking lying. You're dumb as hell if you think that. You're dumb. They about to make fist over hand fucking money. They didn't gave you motherfuckers 4 games, and one of the games was on the front of the goddamn PlayStation store as one of the top games downloaded and ready to play. Which shows clearly when I'm looking at the paperwork and I'm looking at what's presented to me, you motherfuckers want our games. Y'all talk shit about it, all the goddamn opinion pieces about it, but you motherfuckers want to download it on the PlayStation. So cool. We gonna run with that. I'm sorry to tell you motherfuckers off the rip, you ain't getting Halo, you ain't getting Gears. Y'all can get Forza, ain't happening. Sorry for you, Tough Titty. Y'all gonna have to get a goddamn PC or an Xbox for it. But when we're making so much money from mobile and goddamn consoles and from PC, we got some of the biggest fucking developers in games with the greatest fucking IPs, well-renowned IPs that everybody have grown up with, know, and love. When you see it, people jump for joy for it when they see those games being announced. Why do you think they're not gonna make profit off of that? Why do you not think there's going to be growth with that? And if this rumor is true that Steam is coming to the Xbox, for all you clown ass niggas that was talking about, oh, we keep giving our games to PC. When are we going to get some games on PC? Here you go. And if that's true, they just blew the lid off this shit when it come to gaming. I'm not even holding you. You telling me, because again, you still have a strong audience that do not want to deal with PC like the guys have said on here, and they only deal with consoles. But they still get access to those games like Ready or Die. Well, if I could have got Ready or Die on day one on the Xbox, we'd have been cleaning house. Undisputed. I'm still waiting, bro. We've been begging for that shit on console. I got a PC. Only thing I booted up on this damn thing was Hellblade 2. Helldivers 2. And I haven't played that shit since. Like, I shot a couple people with Ricky Brown them and got some content, and that was it. It was done. I haven't went back to that PC. I went back to my Xbox. So
I saw that experience that you had with that game on there, and it wasn't a good one.
It wasn't pleasant. A lot of bro, I don't even want to get into it. But I'm gonna keep it long. I'm gonna keep it short, post, because I know, you know what I'm saying, I ain't trying to take up all the time. But fuck that goddamn opinion piece. Fuck Buddy one more time, because he's going with the narrative, and we all see this shit. I know y'all don't believe in the Xbox tax, but damn it, it's fucking true. And negativity towards Microsoft and the brand sells and get clicks. That's just what it is right now. That's just how the climate is. And fuck y'all, because y'all are cancer to gaming. Y'all are hurting the brand. And I truly want to say fuck y'all. If y'all say that y'all love gaming like y'all do, you cannot sit here and look at what Microsoft doing in a negative light. You just can't. They answer so many questions about just the direction of how gaming is going. Like this whole Netflix thing with gaming, and everybody is trying to bunker down because they don't know it's going to be another competitor coming in. They're going to take those IPs, and you don't know what they're going to do with those love IPs. And Sony is going out the goddamn. Sony done for. I'm sorry, y'all ass is on the sinking motherfucking ship over there. Only thing that's selling over there is the fucking hardware, which is the console itself. PlayStation VR 2 dead on fucking arrival. You motherfuckers don't even speak about Portal no more. I ain't seen a Portal video nowhere near in fucking sight. Steam just destroyed Landmine. Steam Deck destroyed that shit. And then y'all said that fucking HoloLens was a goddamn failure. Come to find out, they sold that shit to the goddamn army. They got money off of that shit.
Yeah.
So
The
I'm
DOJ.
done.
Okay, you done?
Yeah.
Are you finished?
Hold on, let me.
You done or are you finished? Woosah, brother.
And Stellar Blade ain't nothing but a nasty ass, fucking weak ass, goddamn Devil May Cry ripoff with ass cheeks. That's what I wanted to say.
I still played it though. I still played it though. Let me tell you
throw
something.
that in there too.
I still. Let me tell you something. I still turned it on. I said, say ass cheeks everywhere, but I still turned it on for research.
I see the spandex, so I'm like, come on, man.
I want before I get my opinion on this piece and we move along. I want to get the super chats. Shout out to Anonymous Boss again. He said, "Hold on, Mello. You have to pipe down because Pastor is your big homie." On a serious note, salute post, Mr. Boomstick, Fuzzy, and Mello. Post, come on, ask the chat if they are hyped for Stalker 2 and Fable. I'm pretty sure the chat is hyped. And then we got Jax82 with the $2. I played Xbox on GeForce Now recently. Incredible.
Bruh.
Yep. One Punch Jedi with the $10. What ponies and pony bots don't understand about Field New Steam and Epic app on Xbox consoles will be the only consoles you can play PC games on. The implications of the only console to lay PC games. And then your baby father with $5. Sub guys, Mellow is spitting, laugh out loud. Great hearing you, Boom. I want to say this. Do I believe that the Xbox future is doomed, that no longer exists or anything like that? No. No, I don't. I think that's a stretch. I think our fundamental understanding of what Xbox is about to change.
Thank you.
Right?
Yes.
Not the fact that it will no longer exist, but how it exists, right? Mello said one thing that is true, in that we, the ones who grew up in the 80s, the 90s, who grew up in the era where hardware was needed, who grew up in the era where these companies battled for your mind share. They battled to keep certain content on their platforms. That mattered in that area. We didn't have internet. I grew up in an era where a cell phone didn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I grew up in the era where we was outside more than we was inside.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But I also understand that I grew up in an era where my children don't care what screen they access their content on. My daughter will play Roblox on a TV screen, a cell phone, a tablet, or anything she can get their hands on. They don't care about graphics. They don't care about frame rates. They don't care about none of that. They in Roblox. They in a party chat or whoever they talking with, and that's what it's about to them. And Fuzzy spoke on that about the community aspect of it. Okay, so do I see doom and gloom? No, but our fundamental understanding of what a game console is about to change.
Indeed, it is.
Right? And it's going to have to change because the industry has changed and the people who's going to be consuming that content has changed. You don't start making changes because of the now. You start making changes because whether or not the numbers dictate the changes will be in the next 10 to 15 years, right? And that is saying that we're growing up in an era where our children represents instant gratification. Their information is on demand and constantly at their fingertips.
Facts.
When we grew up, we had to wait on the newspaper just to figure out what was going on in the world. And
Dude,
even that information was being controlled.
It was old.
Yeah.
How many times did you run to your local Optimo? You know what I'm saying? To get to pull a magazine from E3 that happened 3 months ago.
The 3 months. Thank you. We had to go in the crib at a certain time for when the evening news to come on just to figure out what was going on in the city.
Yeah.
It's no longer like that for today's gamer and tomorrow's gamer.
The thing is this: what I understand that there are a lot of diehard Xbox players that are frustrated, and I am not going to sit here and tell anyone that they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Enjoy your brand, give the smoke where it's needed, give extra smoke if you feel like no one's listening. The problem with the issue with Xbox right now is that at every turn there's a negative story because unfortunately hate in this industry that we're all a part of sells.
Yep.
Right?
And it supersedes the positive stuff that's happening.
1,000%, dude. It's that's just the way it is. And right now, like, again, you take a look at a tweet from Clovereel. He put out a simple tweet. This is why, this is what's going on with Xbox in 2024. And he has a picture of everything that's coming out. And I don't understand how anyone can't look at that and be like, what?
Well, yeah.
You got Indiana Jones, you got Avowed, you got Hellblade 2, you got
and that's not even it's more stuff that ain't even been announced yet.
You got Towerborn, you got a lot of stuff there. You got the Aura for PC,
Stalker 2,
Flight Simulator, and again, if you pay attention to NXIL, those dudes are consistently putting out stuff about Clockwork Revolution. I think that might drop. You might even get South of Midnight to drop this year because they've been working on that since they were announced as a studio purchase in 2018. So that game is
been in development for 5 years.
Yeah, man. So I'm not downplaying anyone's emotions. If you're upset that they're not, the games went to another platform, I understand. I'm the first dude to stand shoulder to shoulder with you. I talk about the big three. You're not getting Gears on PlayStation. You're not getting Halo, and you're probably not getting Forza. There's no reason for it when they have PC. But listen, if you're upset about anything going over, I can't help you there. That's you deal with that. For me, I understand the business, and I'm not capping for them, folks. I'm being straight up with you. What these three gentlemen in front of you just told you about how the business is changing. They do no longer need to cater to us. There is an audience that came out of the
bigger than
womb
us,
holding an iPhone, and they've been gaming on their tablets and their iPhone for years. Now they're in their teens. They're in their early 20s. This is where they play. This is why they wanted this. The whole point of ABK wasn't just for Call of Duty. It was for the mobile aspect of it. Call of Duty Warzone Mobile is making bank for them.
It's out right now too.
Bro.
It's out right now because I got my son iPhone. I got them on family share. So anytime they buy something, purchase something, I get notified. I have to approve it.
Bro, they already doing tournaments for that game.
He just sent me that Call of Duty download.
Bro, they are doing tournaments for that post. Yep. Tournaments. What I'm talking about, where they winning money for a mobile game.
Yeah.
I would say this, and I want to. I would say this. When Phil knew the industry wasn't growing in the 360 era. And I would say, and I'm gonna tell you reason why. The 360 era and the Xbox One era. If you look at, let's go back to the PlayStation 2, which is still the pinnacle of sales. When did PS2 come out? I don't know when. It came out in the 2000s, right? 2001, somewhere up in there, right?
Let me see. What? PlayStation 2?
Yeah, the PlayStation 2.
2000,
yeah, it had to be.
Exactly. March 2000, 4th,
yeah.
2000.
Yeah, March 2000, right?
Well,
it's 2024 right now.
America, October.
It's 2020. It's 2024 right now. It came out in, you're right, but it's still in 2000s.
Yeah,
it's 24 years, and it's still the pinnacle of hardware sales for consoles. Think about that. Think about that. A system that came out in 2000. We in 2024, and it is still the pinnacle of hardware sales. That means in 24 years, the 360, the PlayStation 3, the GameCube, the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4, none of them
I've touched it.
Got even near or close to it. So what does that tell you? That tells you that every generation you're selling to these same people.
Yes.
You're asking money from the same people. And I remember talking about this to Kratos and Puerto Rock on Z Show, because, and this was in the PS4 era, because they was hype about the PS4 selling 118 million. I say that's not an accomplishment. Oh, Post, what you mean? When you have a system that sold 150, I think Jim Ryan just came out and said it did 160 million.
160, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Your next milestone is 170, 180, or 200. You want to eclipse or supersede the bar you set. That is the goal. Because doing that actually shows growth, right? But if you look at after the PS2 era, nothing has come even close to those numbers. So that lets you know from a console perspective, look, we got to do something. We're selling to the same people. Yeah, we got new people coming in and out, but it's not enough to get us over that bar we already set.
Can I drop some numbers for you guys that's going to make you be like, oh, well, I think Post is on to something here. Because most of the PlayStation, community, right? 10%ers, right? The ones that are out there that are the loudest, right? They'd be like, yo, you're Europe, Xbox is getting pounded. Well, let's bring some context to the conversation.
Okay, break it down.
PlayStation 4 at this time in the PlayStation 5's lifetime sold 45.85 million units to date. Right, that's as long as the PS5 has been out. Do you know how many units the PS5 has sold in Europe, which is supposed to be they're dominant, right?
Yeah,
27,000.
Dang,
27 million. 27 million to 45 million. So the PS5 to this
comparing it to the PS4 era.
Yep.
So at this point in time, the PS4 was already at 45 million sold.
almost 46, 45.85 million units to date in Europe at this time in the life cycle of the PS4. The PS5 has only sold 27.51 and they're behind the lifetime sales in Europe.
That's a problem.
That is a problem. It is
a problem.
It's not only a Microsoft problem.
It's all three.
Problem.
It's a gamer problem.
Mm-hmm.
It is definitely a game. And thank you, and thank you for the information, because it strengthens what I'm talking about in terms of actually seeing growth. Right now, you have, if you look at PlayStation, what PlayStation saying, we're selling all these hardware numbers, right? But our engagement numbers are low. So now we got to give you a $200 PlayStation Portal because we need to give you something to make you play our system that you should have already been playing in the first place. Right? So what I'm saying is that Phil is right. From a console perspective, the industry is not growing. Mobile, which is on the go, something that you always have access to, is superseding console and PC right now. Right, whether that's a phone or a tablet, it's superseding both right now. But I understand from the business perspective, I understand what Phil is looking at, because Phil is not only looking at Xbox numbers, he's looking at what PlayStation and Nintendo is doing too. Right, he's not just making these decisions just off Xbox numbers alone. He's getting the wide aspect of the industry itself, and then what do we need to do? Right? Because if you look at it, Xbox has been pushing change since they got into the industry. The hard drive, the Ethernet cable, only going with broadband and not selling it with 56K. We're talking about matchmaking. We're talking about party chat. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about voice and all of this been pushing innovation since they got in the industry. Then you go to the 360 era with the gamer profile and achievements. They came in with the GUI, the graphical user interface. They've been pushing innovation since they got in the industry. Then you get into Xbox Live Arcade, one of the probably the first digital online stores.
Yeah.
Right? Even on the Xbox One, when you put in a 2K disc, they had a tab on that that says downloadable content. In an era where downloadable content didn't even exist.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what are we doing here? They've been pushing innovation and been head of the forefront since they got it, and they about to do it again. They did it with Game Pass. Now did EA come with their own service? Then Ubisoft come with their own service. Now Sony got their own Game Pass like service. Right? They've been pushing it. What we need to say? The cost of gaming is going up, so we need something to subsidize the cost, because we're reaching in the atmosphere where one game is costing us just as much as a Hollywood movie, right? And the thing is are we getting a return on our investment? Are we profiting from it? So what do we got to do, right? So you look at Xbox right now, Phil saying, okay, maybe we don't do a mid-gen refresh and just give you a more of the same, which is a powerful hardware that plays your games even better. Well, PlayStation is choosing to do that. Now we got rumors coming out that, hey, it might be a handheld, right? And I'm down with that. Let's change it up. You need to be in that pocket anyway, especially if you finna start you're saying you're gonna start your mobile store this year.
Yep.
If that's still on the table, right? Right? I think this is an opportunity for you probably to get back in the phone business as well.
Yeah.
Hello.
Start creating Windows phones. A Windows phone created to sell your mobile store model, which links to your handheld device, right? And then since Nadalia took over, Microsoft has been more open source, right? In the Bill Gates era, they won. Bill Gates won. You couldn't say open source to Bill Gates. But you in this era where Nadalia is pretty much represents that. So what do? You say, okay, maybe we redefine what a console is. Well, how do you do that? We open it up.
You make everything a console, dude. That's what you do.
Exactly. And shout out to my brother Everborn and K Asante, because in their podcast, and not only that, but in the DMs, they've been talking about this for before all these articles. I got to give my brothers their flowers. Before all these articles and these Twitter accounts getting to talk about handhelds and Xbox OSs, them brothers was on it from the jump, right? So now we need to redefine gaming and what console is, and that needs to fit the theme of the gamers, the young gamers today that's on the go, but it also needs to fit the gamers of my children's children, because they're going to grow up in a different world than what my children grew up in. Right? And so how does that exist? Well, maybe we open Xbox up. Maybe we open the handheld up. We don't just support Xbox, so we don't close it off, right? Because the children nowadays, they want, when they open their phone, they have access to everything on their phone. They could choose Google, Edge, or Firefox browser if they want to. They can open up the Twitch, Facebook, Instagram. They can choose what's the information they want and how they want to access it. Do Microsoft go that way with Xbox? Let's allow Steam. Let's allow Epic Game Store. Let's allow Xbox. Let's allow all that on our device. Let's open that up. And then let's take that, the Xbox OS, let's put it on the TV. Let's put it on the PC. Let's put it on every motherfucking screen that exists.
I got one for you guys.
Go ahead, boo.
This is a little scandalous. Some in the chat might consider this a little console worry. But let me tell you something right now.
Go ahead.
Hiroki Totoki, if you don't know who he is running both Sony and PlayStation.
And PlayStation. Yep.
Right.
Let me,
He is the equivalent to Amy Hood, who is the money lady over on Microsoft. She tells everyone what to do with the money. If you can buy, you can't buy, hold, sell, don't do nothing. Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He's running the show at PlayStation because PlayStation, their leader, the guy that's waving to you behind you, Mo, he got fired.
Oh, you talking about homie?
Yeah. He's gone.
My homie with the cookies.
That was his part. His part gives his cookies.
No
Stale
Diddy,
cookies,
no
no less. But see, here's the thing that I find funny. Because Hiroki Totoki is not the kind of guy that leaves money on the table when you run in a $1 billion company, because that's what Sony is. They're not $1 trillion company. They're a $1 billion company.
Yep.
You don't think for a second that PlayStation app launcher that they're building right now for PC is not going to be available on your Xbox? Because
you going there? You going there? Okay.
Boom, Patty.
Okay, Patty boom today. Okay, let's go. Let's see where you go with this plan. Go ahead.
I am here to tell you that there is nothing stopping the next Xbox from when it's an open source, when you can have your Xbox games and your Steam library and your good old games, your GOG on there. Maybe you got your Epic Game Store. If that PlayStation app is available on your pewter, as the kids like to say, you could probably download that app to your Xbox and you will be playing all of the Spider-Man, all of the God of Wars, all of the stuff, because they're available on PC. So if they're PC based and this open source Xbox that Phil talked about in that Polygon is an open source, and he said it, I want every
store
available store on PC playable on the Xbox. That says that all those PlayStation games that go to PC can go to your Xbox. That's console war over.
Will PlayStation allow that though?
Well, I mean,
they stop.
You know, they stop. They block. They block.
They could block it.
PlayStation games from being cloud streamed to the Xbox.
That's true. But here's the thing: if you want money from customers, see, this goes all the way back to what Phil said, and exactly exactly what Post is saying. You are trying to get money from all of the same people.
Yeah.
And I said I used myself as a case subject.
And you asking them for more money too.
Yes. I'm not a PC gamer. I never will be. It will never matter to me. But if I can go to Steam and download a game that's like $8, that's like Vampire Survivor, but it's different, that I know is never coming to console, I can play it, and I now become a customer. This goes back to all of the same people who will never buy a PlayStation and never buy a PC because they don't have money for a $5,000 rig. But you know what? If that app is there, you don't think Sony's going to want to sell you a game to play on your Xbox where they're getting 70% and Microsoft is getting 30%? And we'll say, oh, why would they do that? Because they don't want to leave no money on the table.
I'm finna go even farther.
The man that's in position, right?
I'm finna go even farther. Let me tell you how deep this can get, right? Microsoft just announced a new Surface laptop, right? What button is on the keyboard? What button did they add to the keyboard?
That would be an Xbox button, sir.
No, they had the Copilot.
Oh, that's right.
Copilot button for the AI, right? The relationships that Microsoft have with the OEMs, right? So I take what my brother Everborn in case with the Xbox OS. You add that guide button on the controller to every keyboard that comes with a PC or a laptop. So if you want to go into Xbox mode, you press that guide button and it booted to that Xbox OS, where all resources is dedicated to your gaming needs. The PC is that ain't even in the same shell, right? You just press it. So now you got a Copilot button, and now you got an Xbox button that come with every PC, whether it's custom built, because every keyboard will start embracing that Xbox button, just like they're gonna start putting that Copilot button on there because it's Windows, right? That Copilot button, I don't think it's only gonna be seen on them Surface product. You're gonna start seeing them on third-party keyboards that support Windows,
Right. Yeah.
right? You do the Xbox button the same, and you boot into that Xbox OS, right? So you got a PC in a game console in one. They both operate in two different environments. When you in that Xbox OS, you get the total resources of that CPU and that GPU that's not bogged down anything that's doing general tasks or anything like that. It's totally focused on your gaming needs, right? And within this ecosystem, within that OS, like we've been talking, you got the Steam store, you got the Epic store, you got the Xbox store, or any other store that wants to be in there, right? Then you also bringing in more development because we know with Microsoft Mobile Store, they said it was the 80-20 split they was talking about, giving developers more of the profits than they take it.
Yeah.
So just think about that. That in the future, whenever you buy even a TV, imagine an Xbox button on your TV controller. You know how they added the Netflix and YouTube button and the Disney Plus button? Imagine Xbox buttons getting added to every universal remote or every controller.
See this?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is not an Xbox controller. This is the Samsung TV controller for my hub. I just press the guide button and it goes boots up my Xbox right there.
Yes.
I don't even need the box.
Exactly.
I got it right here.
Exactly. But think about this. Think about that on the TV remotes. That when you hit that Xbox button that's sitting next to that Netflix button, it boots into Xbox OS, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because now these TVs got chips in it that's powerful enough, right? Whether you streaming or trying to do something native, right? But it boots into the Xbox OS.
They already got that deal with LG and Samsung.
Yeah, yep, that's right.
Yeah, I'm waiting for
manufacturers in the business.
I'm waiting for it to come to LG. Samsung got it right now, but I know Xbox Cloud is going to come to the LG sometime soon. But I'm just saying, Phil is trying to pivot now. You don't wait for change to take effect to try to be. You prepare yourself before you hit the curve.
Now you make the change is what they're doing.
Oh, thank you.
There
you make the change.
Thank you.
And everyone else will do what? Like they've done before.
They will follow.
Always.
Yep. They will follow.
We was here when the situation happened with the DRM and the Connect always being on and yada yada yada. And look where we at now.
Right. So this is a good transitional piece. I want to get y'all feelings of on a handheld possibly coming out, whether opposed to a mid-gen refresh giving you more power on the console hardware. What if we get a handheld around
we're getting
this year at holiday? What do y'all think about that?
You got to go back to the Madame President, Mrs. Bond, right?
Okay, break it down.
What does she say? What does she say in the business update podcast interview that she did?
Mm-hmm.
He said that this fall we're gonna have some exciting hardware news, right?
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
I mean, that tells me that they got something right now. We've been hearing for quite some time. Jez Cord's been out there talking about this handheld
for the longest,
for a year, maybe two, right?
Yep.
And June's around the corner, right?
Phil gave hints to it too.
They could. I mean, again, I'm spitballing here, but what if during the June event,
they're not.
Sarah walks out holding it because she's the president. So she gets out and she says, "Folks,
she do one of these."
Yep, like that. She walks out on stage wearing her she dresses real nice, and she'll wear like green. It'd be like white, like white or black, and she's like, "This is the new Xbox handheld."
I think it's a perfect time.
And they drop a release date for this fall.
Boom! I think it's a perfect time for it. I think they need it. I think they need it, and I would accept that over just doing the normal, right?
That is why They didn't rush. That's why they came out and everyone threw the virtual tomatoes, right? Everyone's like,
Yeah.
boo, no mid-gen refresh. Why? They haven't even tapped out the power on this box.
Oh, we're gonna
yet.
talk about that too. We're gonna talk about
Mhm.
that too.
Yeah.
Go ahead, finish.
No, I'm gonna say this: the handheld's coming. How much is it going to be? Is it going to be like a ROG Ally? Is it going to be like a Steam Deck? I don't know. But I will tell you that, again, go back and watch or read the article from Polygon. And
Yeah.
Phil Spencer said exactly what I want out of it. He wants a simplified box that plays the game. You press a button, the OS boots, you go right into your screen, same as you would on your console.
Yes.
And you just go. That's what I want. I don't see. I have a ROG Ally, and I'm just not a PC head. So it's for me. I've used it a handful of times. It's honestly a waste of money because I don't mess in PC. But I wanted to be a part of the conversation. But I have to. It's not technical. I'm not a technical boob. I play games on it. It's just that I want simplicity. I want, like, I go with my Switch. I press a button, I press the A button 3 times, and I go right into my game. That's all I want for this handheld. And I got a real strong suspicion that we get an unveiling in June, and we get, and again, this is I'm just spitballing here, that they release it in the fall. I really think, and why not?
I think people, I don't know when people start undervaluing convenience.
Yeah.
Right. And what I mean by that is, I got turkey burger. You got hamburger meat in the freezer or in the refrigerator that's thawed out and everything, already pre-seasoned in that bowl. But you just walked your ass into McDonald's because they're going to fix you a burger faster and you can get it quicker than it would you cooking it. You don't feel like cooking. You feel me? You got stuff to make a piece of pasta and all that, but you just went into, you know what I'm saying, a little pasta restaurant to get you a little quick bowl. It's about convenience. It's about convenience. And when I look at that, I apply that to gaming. The things you have to do. I remember when Noah, J-Dub, and I think I forgot his name. They were I forgot what game they was playing, but it was on PC. And it took them about 2 hours to get started because Noah and I think Moss. And Kratos, and it was Kratos and Noah, had to restart their computers multiple times, had to do software, OS updates, drivers updates, all that. And about 3 hours in, they just gave up. You did 3 hours. They gave up because they spent most of the time trying to update the computers, make sure the drive, because they was having issues booting the game and getting there trying to play together, you know. And I think from that day forward, Kratos just went back to consoles. Even though he got PC and PC laptop, you know, he you don't want to deal with that. But even on the handheld aspect, if you're not like very technically inclined from a computer's perspective, even when you pick up the ROG Allies or that Lenovo Go, you still got that Windows operating system you got to go through. You still got to go in there and know on what you need to change and stuff to boost frames and things like that. It's still a language barrier there for most consumers for those products. And what Phil is talking about is saying, let's break that language barrier. Let's get a simplified experience where they don't have to worry about going there changing settings for it to run at a certain frames or run at a certain resolution. My games and libraries should come with me on this handheld. My achievements and my progress, all of that should come with me on my handheld. If I play, what he was saying, if I play Fallout 76 on my Xbox or on my PC, when I pick it up on my ROG Ally or Lenovo, I should be able to pick up exactly where I left off, and I can't do that. None of my progress comes with me now. So it's a broken experience, right? And I think Microsoft is in a position where they can solidify that, not only for the third-party handheld devices, but for the Xbox handheld too. And hopefully it's hybrid. And if I know Microsoft, right, with how they like to do in terms of creating new features, I think the thing that they will do with that handheld and its ability when it communicates with that Xbox would be freaking incredible.
Yeah, man.
I think it will be freaking incredible. I want my handheld, Xbox handheld, to know that when I turn it on in the room, it recognizes that my Xbox is near. And if I'm playing Madden, it asks me, do you want me to take over the control where you can use your screen as a playbook? Where it doesn't, your plays doesn't pop up on the screen, they just pop up on the handheld. And your handheld is controlling your Xbox. So when you play 2K and you go online and stuff like that, all your playbook, it needs to have that type of communication. It needs to be self-aware.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because they teamed up with OpenAI, you won something.
Yeah, it definitely needs to be. It needs to be self-aware in terms of where I'm at on my Xbox and my PC ecosystem. Oh, I see you have this game on there. You left over there. Do you want me to automatically sync this information or download this game to your head? It needs to be self-aware. It needs to know my gaming experience. It needs to know what I play, what I like to play. And it needs to have quick resume. Okay. Fuzzy, what you think about this Xbox handheld coming instead of a mid-gen refresh where they're giving you more powerful hardware?
Well, I like the ideas that you just mentioned as far as like the quick resume and being able to like take it on the go, like basically transfer screens or even have it where it's like a almost kind of like what the Wii U was trying to be, but have it more pertinent to like the sports games. So that way, if you are doing couch co-op or whatever the case may be, or maybe you're streaming and you don't want to have others see the players you're calling, you could, play it that way. Like they're all right. So mid-gen refresh, I'll admit the Xbox One X was an awesome mid-gen refresh. It did a lot for the brand. It did a lot for the putting the 1080p versus 900p conversation out the water. Like all of that noise last generation was just that. It was noise because like they were talking about the blades of grass, and I remember. Well, when I'm playing Grand Theft Auto Online, I'm seeing more cars and more traffic than I was when I was playing it on my PS4. Yes, I was one of those knuckleheads that bought like 5 copies of GTA. Right. But
me too.
But as far as like a handheld, like I'm a big fan of my Steam Deck, and I always have that sitting up here.
Okay,
it's off right now, but like. I've found a way to sync up my saves of like Vampire Survivor, which I didn't buy on Xbox. I bought it on Steam, but I had my playthrough from Xbox and I was able to load that playthrough on my PC and then copy the save over to Steam. It was a little convoluted, but you can kind of do it if you know where the actual save files are, and they're named differently. So I did that for Vampire Survivor. I did that for Hades, and I did that for like a handful of other games that feel better on the Steam Deck. I mean, I played them originally on the Game Pass workaround where you could do like the Edge browser, and that was a fun experience, but I wanted to be able to save it and not have to rely on like hotel Wi-Fi. When I'm on the go or traveling and stuff. So I wound up doing it where I could buy the stuff and then copy those saves. So that possibility of what you're talking about syncing up is a possibility. Right now you can do it. It's just that it's like 5 steps. But if Xbox or Microsoft themselves, being the software giant that they are, can figure out how to make it seamless for us, that would be huge. Like I already love the Steam Deck for what it is as is. Having the Xbox handheld that blends the two would be even a better thing. And whether it's a true PC handheld that has like an Xbox skin as far as the operating skin or whatever that's on it, and it emulates the Xbox games that are natively on there, as long as the games are playing natively and not only streaming, I'd be good.
Yes.
That's the key thing.
Yes.
And I've seen a few videos, and like you said, shout out to Everborn and Kayasante.
Yeah.
Like, looking at how the Series S was made, everything that we have today for that type of tech that came out in 2020, put into a handheld that's running 720p, it doesn't have to run the 1080p because 720p on a screen that would be that size of like a Steam Deck doesn't use that much power, especially if it's OLED, and it doesn't take that much graphical power or chipset to use that. So you can put more of the resources to the battery life So you can get 4 hours plus out of it without having to have somebody go in there and tinker with the TDP and all that stuff.
And the screen being small, the pixel density come into play, which make the quality of this. Because I know when I look at stuff on my phone, you know what I'm saying, it looks really good, and then I get it on a big monitor, and I'm like, hey, you want? But go ahead.
No, but and the cool thing about that, we've already heard that they're teaming up with a lot of these AI chip providers, whether it be Intel or even NVIDIA. I mean, they're still going to use AMD as the main APU in the thing, but a lot of people aren't talking about like a neural processing unit or NPU, which they're already working on the software end of things to do the up-res or the scaling, almost like a DLSS or their own version of FSR. I think they'll lean more towards DLSS type of stuff as opposed to FSR. Not knocking AMD in any way, but I think Microsoft will have it figured out a little bit better in a shorter period of time in comparison. But having something like that as like an additional chip, like have your AMD that's both your GPU and CPU into one APU, and then have the neural processing unit from Intel, powered by AI, and it can do the upscaling or the up-res. So that way, when you put it in dock mode, you don't need to have like a video card built into that dock. You could just have the NPU power to your HDMI that now says, okay, instead of being 720p, we're going to do 1440 upscale or dynamic resolution and have it almost be like DLSS quality mode, but still maintain a 60 frames kind of thing. And the technology's there, and Microsoft would be the ones that kind of be able to fit it in a small package and come out at a reasonable price. But I think the handheld is like that thing that we didn't know we needed until we saw the Steam Deck. Like a lot of people picked up on like the Switch itself and stuff, which that was perfect for Nintendo. They've always been like the handheld company, also with a regular console. But when they went full handheld with a lot more oomph, like a console, I think that was their best move. But as soon as these PC handhelds started coming out, it was like a whole new ball game. It's like, wait a minute, I can have the power of a PC in this small footprint. And if I ever decide I'm tired of carrying it around and playing it that way, I can dock it and use an HDMI to run to my TV or HDMI to a monitor. Yeah. That would be perfect for Xbox, I think, as an additional item. And I know a lot of people would rather have like the mid-gen refresh. And like I said, the Xbox One X was perfect, but I don't feel, like you said earlier, I don't feel we've even touched the surface of what these consoles can do. Like, I think Hellblade 2 will start to show what these things are capable of. But, like, I don't think, like, even as much as I'm a Forza Motorsport fan, I don't even think that really touches what the console can do fully. Because I've seen what it looks like on PC, and I see what it looks like on my Series X. Yeah. And I don't think they've pushed it quite to its limits. But then again, they're still building on that game. And that's going to be something that they're going to be doing over the next 5+ years of support with updated tracks, cars, and whatnot. So I'm all for the handheld. I can't wait. I hope it's this holiday. Everything seems like it's leaning that way, and then we do get the full next gen upgrade or whatever. I don't even know if they want to call it next gen, but whatever we get in 2026 will be that powerful upgrade that will basically be the next gen. Yeah, and I think that would be perfect timing.
Yeah, you know what? I really do agree, and I've been saying this for the longest. I think COVID had an impact on this generation. I think this generation, they might shorten it out if they're talking about releasing the next gen in 2026. But if the generation is going to be shortened, I don't think there's a need for a mid-gen refresh. You got 12 T-flops of power that we haven't even really seen on next generation games. We're 3 years into this generation and nothing has impressed, really. That's supposed to be, I'm talking about just built specifically, not for no Xbox One or no PS4, nothing like that. I'm talking about being built from the ground up to take advantage of all the new features that comes with these. We haven't seen it. Hellblade 2 is the only thing right now. And we're just not about to start getting that 3 years in. And you're telling me you're finna sell me a Pro for what you told me your PS5 was going to be able to do? Yeah. Remember they said the SSD was going to be a GPU and a CPU at the same damn time. Before I move on to Mello and ask you the same question, I do want to ask Boom and Fuzzy this. Do you think, right? We know Cortana got retired. We know they retired Hey Xbox. Do you think with this either new handheld or even the next generation hardware that Copilot
Yes.
gets built into the, and then they bring back the, I don't know if we're going to call it Copilot on Xbox, or does Hey Xbox or Hey Cortana comes back with the power of true AI behind it? And just think what that will look like. What did you think about that?
Yeah, well, listen, I got to bounce because I'm So, but before I get out of here, let me just say this. I think you're onto something. I think that the OpenAI conversation is going to play big into next gen. I think Copilot is just running rampant right now. It is going to be it's going to be a part of your Xbox Next OS. There's no doubt about it. Do I see, hey Xbox, or turn on Xbox? Maybe, but I am going to tell you that a lot of the heavy lifting is going to come the way of AI, and I think that everyone has knocked it out of the park here tonight. I think that Fuzzy's onto something and said if we get a handheld this fall, that gives them 2 years, which they're going to jump Sony. Remember, so Sony's coming out with their Pro this year supposedly. We get a handheld in the fall. That they're gonna jump Sony by 12 months, 18 months, maybe even 2 years for the PlayStation 6 if there's gonna be one. And they release one SKU. They get the handheld, right? And in 26, you get the big boy that's gonna be underneath your TV. And that big boy is probably gonna be the one that we all been talking about the whole show. You're gonna get your Steam app. You're gonna get your Epic Store, your Game Store app in there. And it's going to be a totally different Xbox. They're going to have an open platform that's going to allow you to play any of your games on this box, and anywhere is going to be an Xbox. I think that's when it's console war over. But listen, Mo, straight up a great podcast with you. Post, always a pleasure, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and Fuzzy, I will see you on Monday. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Mr. Boomstick XL. Hopefully you enjoyed what I had to say. If you did and you're interested in checking out the show, I run a small channel called Double Barrel Gaming. You can find it on YouTube. I stream Monday through Friday, 5 days a week. And Post, thanks so much for inviting me, brother.
His Twitter link and the link to his channel is in the description, as well as for Fuzzy too. Make sure y'all click and subscribe and support their platforms. Great Xbox guys, man. Boom! I thank you for coming on, man. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Yeah, no, and we definitely gonna stay in tune, man. Go and enjoy yourself, brother.
All right, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, take care, man.
Later.
So, Fuzzy, what do you think about that?
It's as far as like that type of timing. I'm hoping that's the case. Like I think like whether they call it Copilot or they call it Cortana, like knowing how the AI stuff like GPT that they've been doing now, you could probably name it whatever you want, and probably a lot of people will by default call it Cortana.
Oh, if you could give it their own name. Oh, that'll be dope.
That'll work too. That'll work.
Go ahead.
No, but I think that's going to be a strong part of it. Like, I think they want to have it kind of like what you said, where it's self-aware, where it knows that, okay, you were playing this game on Xbox and now you want to play it on the handheld, or you were playing it on your PC and now you picked up the handheld. So it knows, hey, let me move this game over here for you so you can continue playing, over to the couch or whatever the case may be, kind of thing. I think that's going to be a strong part of it. And hopefully, just like the way Quick Resume was a big thing. Like, I know people used to say, oh, it's just marketing speak or whatever. Quick Resume was like the gift that we didn't know we wanted, that we got as well. Yeah. And the fact that it was like, oh, well, the SSD is so fast. Well, nothing's faster than picking up your game from a cold start to right where you left off. Yeah. Like, I don't think you can beat that, no matter how fast the SSD is. And people just, kind of played it off, but it was like a game changer. And they've yet to still put it in Windows. Like, I know that there's rumors it'll probably be in Windows 12.
Yeah.
They've been trying to get it to work on PC for like a couple of years now. And a couple of the betas just haven't kind of gelled just yet. But I think when they have it in the handheld,
in beta?
Well, they have
on PC is in beta?
They have, just like we have, what do you call them? The Insider program for Xbox. They have an Insider program for PC. Now, I'm not touching it. I didn't. I'm not signing up for it. I know that stuff exists, but like I already have like kind of like what you were talking about with updates and things. When you go to play a game and it's like, oh, I got to do a Windows update. Oh, I got to do a drivers update. Last thing I need is for those updates to break. So no, I'm not doing that on the PC.
But I'm not touching it.
It's there though.
It's just the way he said it, the way he was saying. So like look, I'm not. I'm good.
If you want to touch it, it's there. But me, oh no.
But
no, I'll wait until they have like the final release. But like that's going to be big when that does eventually come to PC.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like that will just make this more of a unified platform between the console and the PC as far as on the Windows operating system. If they can, and Asante did like a quick mod to I forget what software it was.
Seen but that was fire.
Yeah, he loaded up all the imagery and had it look at the apps and organize it in a way where it functions like almost like the way the Steam Deck is, but on something that's readily available if you want to take the time to modify it.
Yeah.
And he already has it. So can you imagine Xbox putting that time into something like a Windows Lite or an Xbox, OS type of deal like they've been talking about for a while? That would be a game changer on whether you want to build a gaming rig later. And let's say you build a PC, but you have no interest of doing Word or Excel or any of the other stuff other than maybe like you want to browse the internet, you want to check your email, you want to see YouTube or Netflix or whatever. Fine. And all of that stuff will be accessible. But if you want to write like a book or do some spreadsheets, nah, it's not going to be there. But
exactly.
I think that would be another game changer for those that are in the console space but have been hesitant to jump into the PC space, because that might be the software that they would look to just turn a PC into a gaming rig only. They can also do some of the things that a console can do, like stream movies, browse internet, email, the usual stuff that we've come to accept in the console. Like, Xbox was ahead of the time in 2013 when they were talking TV, and now people, like, I guarantee you, everybody that's probably here or that's, in the gaming, community on Twitter or whatever, have streamed at least one movie or something on their console at some point. So,
you know what I see in what I expect. I expect this. Hey, Copilot, I'm 15 minutes from home. Can you boot up my Xbox and start Halo Infinite? Please have me at the multiplayer screen. Yes, I can do that for you. Post up. Hey, Copilot, can you also send party invites and game invites to Noah, Fuzzy, and Mello, and then let me know if they accepted the party invites? Okay, post up. I sent party invites to Fuzzy, Mello, and Gamer. Fuzzy and Mello accepted. 706 sent you a message. It says this. Post, I'll be off work in an hour. Then I'll be able to accept that invite. Hey, Copilot, could you have that invite for Noah still pending? He gets off work in an hour. I want the invitation. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I will set that up.
Hey, Copilot. Hey, Copilot, can you send Post up a message? Tell him don't be sending me no game invites if he ain't ready to game. I ain't sending no lobby for 30 minutes.
But I want to have that. I want to have that type of experience, because what I'm talking about is even if I'm playing a game, right? And you know how when you're playing a game, when somebody sends you a message or a party invite or that, you have to break that experience by hitting the guide button to go into the screen. The AI will prevent that experience from being broken, because whatever's happening in the background as far as you receiving a message or even a party invite, you just say Copilot, please hide my party invites and text messages in terms of notification. Okay, post up. All of your party invites, notification, and your messages will be hid. Okay. Copilot, I want you to notify me when I receive a message or when I see a party invite. So the Copilot say the notification won't pop up because you won't have nothing on the screen, but Copilot will tell you, hey, you just received a party invite from whoever, ma'am. Do you want to accept it or do you want to send them a message? And you're talking, okay, send a message. What do you want to say? Woo out the band. All the while you're doing this, you're still in the experience of playing the game. And if you want to accept that party, okay, Copilot, save my progress here. I'm going to accept the invite. Please move you over to the party. Who off the band? Okay, post up. Your progress has been saved in a single player experience. I'm about to move you. Is it all right to transfer you over into the party group? Yes, transfer me. Boop. You go automatically over there. The AI know what game is being played over there. So if you got it on your system, it automatically boosts you into. That's what I'm talking about.
I can totally see that. I can totally see that being the thing.
I'm just saying.
I'm getting tired of your ass.
Look, but that's the type of experience.
My air fryer. I want baked salmon in like 10 minutes. Hey, Cortana, give me 15 minutes on the air fryer.
And look, that's the type of experience. Hey, Copilot, can you tell me who's active on my friend list and what they're playing? This is why I'm driving at home. This is why I'm driving on the way to the home, right? Can you tell me my phone connected to the car, so everything coming through the speaker? You got Mello, he's playing Wop the Band. Did about the band. Do you want a party invite? Jump in a party so you can talk with him? Mello? Look, I'm just saying.
Do you want to harass Mello?
I'm just saying, but this the type of future I see. You know, I'm doing too much. Tell me if I'm doing too much.
No, you got it.
You got it. Tell me. Okay, I'm just saying, but that's the type of experience or some of what I see with the power of AI, where you can game, and that gaming experience is not broken by a guide button, by a menu that you got to go through 3 different windows to get to your messages. You got to scroll and do that. That the AI takes care of all of that. Even if you want to schedule stream time and all that stuff, hey, Copilot, schedule this. I want to go streaming using the Twitch app on this day at this time. Have my stream. My settings. Have that up. I'm just saying, it keeps the experience so you can stay. I don't have to hit the guide button and do this and do that. Even if I'm playing a game and I know a game that just came out that we're talking about in the party chat while we playing the game. Hey, Copilot, and this is something that you have to choose to do. Hey, Copilot, download what's the name for me, or if you enroll. I know it'd be terms of services in terms of. A Copilot purchase this game for me from the game store. Copilot said, all right, post up. I am purchasing what I'm doing. Can you confirm this purchase? Wop the bam. Please enter code to confirm purchase. Well, wop the bam. Okay, code is entered. We confirm the purchase is downloaded and it will start downloading either. Do you want to start downloading now while you're playing the game, or do you want to start downloading at the close of this session? No Copilot to say, Ben, download after I close this session. All right, this purchase will be pending. You can't. That's what I'm talking about when I see AI and I see what Microsoft, the power they can do with it, those type of features and stuff. And all while this is happening, you're still in the game talking shit. You ain't moved from a screen. You ain't hit a button or none of that. Your gameplay experience hasn't been broken at all. You know what I'm saying? So Noah.
What's up, bro?
What you think about Microsoft announcing a hybrid handheld towards the end of this year instead of a mid-gen refresh with more power, more resolution in FPS? What you think about that?
I'm gonna say this: it's all about timing, right? I look across the street and I see what Sony is offering with the PS5 Pro, and I'm not happy. I'm not satisfied. I mean, I think it's a big, GPU upgrade, but the fact that this thing is going to have the same CPU is very underwhelming. So I'm thinking to myself, it's a good thing that Microsoft isn't jumping the gun, because if they put out a console, it would be if they put out a console this year, right? A refresh. We're looking at somewhere around the same boat as the PS5 Pro when it comes to specs. And that's underwhelming. And the hardware, as much as I love Xbox, the hardware is already having a tough time being sold, right? And handheld would be the perfect answer. Because look at the Switch. If I could play my Xbox games on the go natively, I could take 2K with me. I could bring Call of Duty with me, and it's running at Series S level or higher. That's perfect, bro. That's that's huge. And then you give it like a year or two. Wait for AMD to bring out some new technologies. I'm pretty sure they can get Zen 5 for the low. They can get the next level GPU by 2026. I'm assuming
Yeah.
that's going to be a true leap in power. So now we got a handheld that they're releasing this year or sometime soon, and then we have a greater leap as far as graphics and performance in a couple years, and that's perfect timing, bro. It's all about timing.
So would you will want the handheld over the mid-gen refresh?
If my mid-gen refresh is going to be a pisser machine, give me the handheld, bro. Give me the handheld.
Hold on. What you mean by that? What you mean by that?
A pisser, like, bro. We discussed this last show, right? And it's all in the documents, and we're seeing leaks and leaks every day that this thing is a glorified AI upscaler. The games are going to run at a lower resolution natively, right? Remember, they used to argue down about native resolution, right? The native resolution is going to be lower than the base PS5 games, in some cases. Games limited by the CPU won't see any benefits, and you do get better ray tracing, but I would rather have. I would rather have.
Saying it's not worth it. You're saying it's not worth.
Nah, it's not worth it. It's not. It's better than you're going from okay to better, but at the end of the day, it's still, especially in 2024, it's underwhelming. It's not that big of a leap. Like if this thing would have came out next to the PS5 in 2020, then yeah, this shit would have been a behemoth. But so much has happened in the last 4 years.
Okay.
We've had 3,000 series GPUs and PC, 4,000 series GPU. We got iPhones playing current gen games.
Yeah.
It's underwhelming, Sony. It's not enough. I'm siding with Microsoft on this. Wait a couple years, give us a true generational leap. But for the time being, let me give you a portable experience.
Well, I know my brother Fuzzy has to go. I want to thank you, brother. It was your first time on the platform. I really appreciate you coming through and politicking. We got to have you on more often. You had some wonderful takes on the conversation that we had. So go ahead and give your information out where they can find you. I also have his Twitter and his YouTube channel in the link. So y'all make sure y'all go subscribe and support his platform. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, just want to thank you for having me on. It was awesome conversation. I like the fact that it's not like doom and gloom, but you could still be serious and talk about like some of the stuff we may not like, but in general, just the excitement for the hobby and what's to come down the road type of thing. Love this conversation. Love the atmosphere. This was so chill. Chat, you guys were great. Thanks for interacting. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah. Definitely be back at some point. Definitely be back.
Thank you, brother.
For those who want to hear my rambles and rants on anything gaming and find out where other places I am, just follow me on Twitter or the app formerly known as Twitter at fuzzy_Belvedere. I usually post where I wind up. Heading over to my other podcast, the Shop Podcast with PTK and Pong and Steel Rain tonight. But you guys are awesome. Y'all are killing it. Keep up the great work, guys. And I need to follow Mello and Gamer. I need to follow you guys on Twitter. But
yes, sir.
Awesome takes and whatnot tonight, guys. Love,
All right,
love
thanks,
the
man.
I'm Mansa Musa on Twitter. So if you see Mansa
message.
Musa, that's
Yeah,
me.
their
Okay.
Twitters are in the description, man. So y'all support
Yeah.
them, man. Y'all go follow them on Twitter and follow them on in the YouTube. Support their platform, support their content, man. Y'all already know what it is. Thanks, Fuzzy, man.
Thank you,
All right.
Fuzzy.
You
Hey,
guys
nice
have a
to
good
meet you,
night.
bro. You too.
Nice
Have a good
meeting
night.
Good night.
Okay, so Mello, you there, Mello? You got two Mellos. I
Two
agree.
Mellows.
I
Mello got
agree.
cloned.
You feel me? Mello, you there? We can't hear you, brother. I don't know
There's,
what
there's
you got.
real Mello and there's AI Mello. Which one?
But I do agree. I do agree that instead of getting these mid-gen refreshes, that the handheld is a stopgap versus giving us, because look, when we brought the PS5 and when we brought the Series X, the high resolution and frame rates we thought we was getting with these consoles. So now you're telling me you got to come out with a mid-gen refresh, right? That not only lowers the native resolution on the console, it does that so you can use the DLSS or the pisser in this case for Sony to upscale and increase the resolution. We were supposed to do that with the powerful SSD and the 10.2 teraflops on the PS5.
Hey, Post.
We're supposed
You
to get
sent
that on the Series X. Like what?
real
Like
quick. Let me interject. I got a quick thought because you just said something that just brought me back. Have you been looking at the AMD slides lately when it comes to FSR 3 and FSR 3.1?
no. Go ahead, break it down. Come on, mathematician. The mathematician is here, y'all. Break it down to us, brother.
When Microsoft announced the Xbox Series X,
Mm-hmm.
they talked about the tops, right?
Mm-hmm.
The performance, the AI machine learning performance of the Series X.
Yeah.
We didn't get that talk from Mark Cerny. We didn't get that talk from PlayStation.
Mm-mm.
When AMD started talking about FSR 3 and FSR 3.1 and upscaling, you notice they only mention one console,
Yeah.
and that's Xbox Series X. So and it's kudos to you, Post, because you've been calling this out since day one. The PS5 Pro is last gen hardware. It's missing a lot of the features the Xbox
No, you
Series
talking about the
X.
PS5 or the
No, I'm sorry.
PS?
I'm sorry. The base PS5. Base PS5.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Mm-hmm.
Base PS5 is last gen in technology. Yeah, there's some next gen features like the SSD. I give them that, but they're required to come out with a new console to catch up to the things that the Xbox Series X is already capable of doing.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm not saying the Series X is going to be able to do it at the level of the PS5 or better, but it can already do it. It's already got machine learning capabilities. This is why FSR 3.1 is being announced for the Series X. Like I haven't seen AMD or PlayStation boast or brag about any upscaling capabilities outside of FSR 2 on the base PS5. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
I wouldn't be shocked if Microsoft and AMD have already partnered and have their own upscaling techniques ready to go when this pisser comes out for the PS5 Pro. I won't be shocked to see games. I'm gonna say the PS5 Pro probably will win, like in face-offs, but I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing a boost in performance from the Series X. So I really think they went the best route with the bringing that handheld. So
What about you, Mello? You're like a hybrid handheld over a mid-gen refresh.
Oh, can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
yeah,
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
okay. And in that situation, yes. I have to say yes because it does make sense. Like we already said it, Post, you said it before. We just not seeing the power of these guys, the power that the console can do. Since what the only next gen, only really game is going to be Hellblade 2.
Hellblade
So
too.
I agree with that fully. With the handheld part though, like if it wasn't that wasn't the case, I wouldn't agree with it.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, Microsoft took an L. I've said it before with the Series S. where Xbox, they came out with the same console, same performance, just one without the disc and the other one had a disc. Microsoft should have did the same thing with the Series X and just had a discless Series X. They fixing it now, cool, great, fine, but having a hybrid console, and I'm looking at all of the portable devices that's already out here that's capable of running Xbox games on there already. I kind of like don't agree with it. Me personally, I've used my tablet to play games on the cloud. You know, I'm about to be playing DD2 on my iPad, so I've been utilizing it for years now, and it's only getting better. So them going out with the handheld, I kind of don't agree with it, but it is what it is. It seems like they're going that route, so my crying ain't gonna do shit about that. But having that hybrid though, it does make sense, especially looking at what they did with the cell phone. With the first cell phone that went out discontinued, it was a hybrid. You was able to use it as a cell phone and as well as a desktop. It had a dock, so they already had played around in that area already. So it makes sense for them to bring it to the console market. That's all I want to say. I'm going to work right now, so I'm gonna cut it short. My answer's gonna be short.
So, and the reason why, and I think developers feel the same way, and I know us. I know this panel has been a proponent of saying, look, we haven't even got anything out of the current systems that we just brought, and y'all already trying to put a pro on it. A pro on us, and I think a lot of people left that field when he said that the Series X is the mid-gen refresh, and I think it's so much potential and untapped potential in the Series X that I don't need a pro. I want to see what it can do. We haven't seen all these games we've been getting with has been for last generation. They've been for last generation systems, Xbox One and PS4, or the one that when we got the One X, all we got was a resolution boost and the frames boost. You wouldn't get any games made from the ground up to take advantage of the 6 teraflops, and we wasn't going to get that because you split your fan base. You split your fan base doing that.
On that note, anyway, it's very, very rare you're going to see a game built specifically for one platform anyway. Ever since mobile took over, talking about years ago, there was an article I read even before the Xbox One and the PS4 came out. Most publishers, developers, studios, whoever, right? They're making their games to scale. They wanted to be able to scale from the lowest device to the highest device. So the way games engines are designed now, they're run on cell phones and mobile devices and scale all the way up to a 4090. So you can't blame the Series S for holding back consoles. I mean, holding back gaming, or Xbox One or PS4 in some aspects, right? In some aspects you can, but you can't say, they just specifically focus on this console because the game engine they're using is not designed for one console. It starts with the engine.
Yeah.
And again, kudos to you because hey bro, remember you used to tell us the Series S is more capable than the base PS5, not the X, the S.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. The Series S can do machine learning.
Yeah, and also, like I said, the PS what they're saying the Pro, I don't even. I'm not doing it this time. I'm not going to spend another $500 or $600 just for a simple resolution and frame boost. That won't affect every game, and depending on how the game is built, whether it's the CPU heavy, it's gonna make a difference. Now give me something new. Give me this handheld hybrid.
It's gonna run in PS5 mode for most games.
Yeah,
bro. The way
the console, PS5.
If the game is not enhanced to run the PS5 Pro, the GPU clock is gonna run the exact same way the PS5 does. The CPU is going to run the exact same way the PS5 does. The memory is going to slow down to match the PS5.
So basically, what you're saying, you brought a PS5 Pro to play that Pro in PS5 mode.
You're at the sake of the developer, and
Yeah.
then it makes things even to work. It could be better or worse depending on how you look at it. Sony just announced. Well, it's just been announced that they didn't announce it. It's just been announced that developers are required to meet certain criteria to be considered a PS5 Pro enhanced game.
Mm-hmm.
So it has to run 60 FPS. So if it can't run 60 FPS with the Pro, then they can't release it as a Pro enhanced game. So it's going to be a PS5 game. So if you got a game that's limited by CPU and the PS5 Pro doesn't help, then they don't meet the mandate and can't qualify the game to run as a PS5 Pro title. It's a weird situation. Like, and I'm excited. I want to see how things are going to play out with this PS5 Pro.
Yeah, me too. According to reports from GDC, the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco last week, there were two main topics of conversation: rapidly decreasing hardware sales for the Xbox and bewilderment as to why Sony is pushing ahead with plans for the PS5 Pro. Shortly after returning from GDC, GameIndustry.biz editor Christopher Dring appeared in a podcast in which he claimed that when speaking to developers, I'll be honest, I didn't meet a single person, right? Single person or a single developer that understood the point of it. Developers didn't seem to feel they needed it. He said they weren't really making the most of the PS5 in the first place. He added, that pretty much exactly what most gamers have said. But while Sony has not made any official announcement, the new console model has been rumored for over a year now. Detailed specification also recently leaked and suggests it would be smaller upgrade. It will be a smaller upgrade than from the PlayStation 4 to the PS4 Pro. So once again, they say, considering how sets publishers have become with growth recently, Dring also added that a couple of companies said this isn't going to grow the market. This isn't going to move the needle. The generation doesn't even seem to have gotten started, let alone needs a mid-generation upgrade, he concluded. So even the developers, you mean to tell me the leap from the PS5 to the Pro is smaller than the PS4 to the PS4 Pro? And you can't go any bigger, more than likely, because you're getting to next gen territory in terms of performance. But if your CFO just came out and said that PS5 hardware sales is going to slow down, right? They're going to start to decline. Then why would people buy a PS5 Pro? And Mike Johnson, I saw you in the chat telling me talking about some Spider-Man 2 was Spider-Man 2 was not next gen. It doesn't even look next gen.
Spider-Man 2 ran at a lower resolution than Spider-Man 1.
It doesn't even look next gen.
Dog shit.
It doesn't even look next gen at all.
Post, how far are you in the story? Have you progressed at all?
I stopped. I ain't went back to it yet. I was playing Stellar Blade demo earlier today. You know what, Metal? Leave me alone.
From the NPCs on. No, you good. You good.
I'm just saying he was talking about when I seen that part of he talked about some Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2 doesn't look next generation. And someone would say that Miles Morales look better.
Facts.
Them NPCs over there just looking at you get your ass beat. Like, get out of here, man. No, that game.
Yeah, and we've said this multiple times. We've said this multiple times. At least I have, that we haven't even gotten anything out of the hardware we spent $500 on. Let the Hellblade 2s come out. Let the blades and all the other stuff that we got that's coming. Let's see what the first, because I know third party ain't gonna do shit. Third party is living off the success of PS5 sales, so they start development over there, and then they trickle down over to the Xbox Series X, and that's why PlayStation win those performance they win those battles. It's not because the Series X is incapable. It's because the PS5 is the lead console amongst third party, right? So they get shit right over
There's,
there, and then they
there's another
transition
reason
to the
too, though.
Series X. Yeah, go ahead. No.
The PS5 is clock higher, so they both have 60. They both have a 64 ROPS,
Mm-hmm.
but the PS5 is clock higher, so it renders much faster. But the Series X has an advantage in mesh shaders. You don't see that many games utilizing the mesh shaders
At all.
The PS5 is holding gaming back.
Say it again.
The PS5 is
one more time.
I thought it was the Series S.
PS5 is holding gaming back. Look at games that implement
Mesh
primitive shaders and mesh shaders.
The performance is better on
And
Series
Series X, yeah, Series X takes the cake. We should be already all games should be using mesh shaders by now, but they're not because they have to support
They
the
wanted best
PS5.
on the old engines too.
Yeah. I mean, so the PS5 is really stopping us from moving forward with like gaming engines going full mesh shaders because the PS5 doesn't support it.
So you saying Xbox pushed the industry forward, huh? Xbox
That's all the time, every time. No fanboy shit. Real talk.
Look at this shit. Look at this goddamn thing. And see, that's why, and I understand why. See, Sony when it came to RDNA 2, they only picked certain features they needed out of it to support what they wanted to do. Microsoft say, look, put the whole slate in there, right? And they did that because they support PC gaming too as well. Their games are made for console and PC. So whatever the PC supports is capable of doing in terms of RDNA 2, the console is as well. So it's only right. Just like they next generation system come out, or even this handheld, whether it's RDNA 3 or 4, they're gonna support the whole suite of features. It just make the transition easier when you're transitioning from console to PC on the games.
This goes back to what I was saying before. They're releasing the PS5 Pro to catch up with what the Series X, the Series S are already capable of doing. I bet you that PS5 Pro support mesh shaders. I think it was in one of the documents that the PS5 Pro support mesh shaders, where the PS5 base doesn't. But developers still have to support the base PS5. So this whole generation is held back by the PlayStation 5. And that's just the truth of the matter.
Mm-hmm.
They don't hear me though. They don't hear me.
Shout out to Bounty with the $5. He say, why is they worried about Xbox decline in Europe? Name one gen Xbox was great in Europe. Xbox will never do good in Europe. Yeah. Look, and I didn't get your perspective on that. Earlier we was talking about the article that came out about it was this article right here. Phil Spencer, long cast as Xbox savior, may be remembered as the man who killed it. And then in there, Phil Spencer was saying why he was given the change in market. The market is pretty much the reason that they're changing and messaging and bringing games to other consoles. He said when you have an industry that is projected to be smaller next year in terms of players and dollars, and you get a lot of publicly traded companies that are in the industry that have to show their investors growth, because why else does somebody own a share of someone's stock if it's not going to grow? The side of the business that then gets scrutinized is the cost side, because if you're not going to grow the revenue side, then the cost side becomes challenging. So, that's Phil saying like this is the reason why they're putting some of their games on other consoles. Basically it sounds like a top-down approach. It's Amy or the shareholders putting pressure on them. What you think about that?
I'm gonna say it like this: it's a gift and a curse. When you're a forward thinker, you always look and sound like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, because you're seeing things years ahead, days ahead. You see where things are at, but then you see where things are going, and people around you just don't understand.
Yeah,
your perspective.
We don't have the numbers.
Right.
We don't have the trends in the data they have access to.
If people took a step back from console war and really paid attention to what's going on,
yeah,
you would realize that And as much as we hate to admit it, console gaming ain't what it used to be.
It's not.
And I'm talking, and I mean from a popularity standpoint, from a usage standpoint, cell phones, tablets, even PCs. You got little kids telling their parents, "I don't want a PS5. I want a PC for Christmas."
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reality. If the number one selling console, the CFO comes out and tells you that we're not selling enough consoles, we hurting here, we dying, we need help. But you on the streets bragging about how many sales the PS5 has. What, like I'm just saying. If the nigga that handles the money tells you the money looks funny, you got a problem. The nigga job is to count the money. He does the budget. He does the budget.
He handles the money on.
He's saying shit ain't looking right, nigga.
He ain't got money on.
We need to cancel games, nigga. We need to lay niggas off. The money ain't looking right. But you bragging about console sales, bro.
Hold on. The Ruham say that's not that you guys aren't. It's not that you guys aren't enough. They just ain't saying it to your face. Oh, they saying you guys ain't enough. Oh, you like Jim Ryan told you y'all wasn't enough?
That's on both sides.
Y'all,
but
exactly.
I will say this. I'm not fanboy. This is on both sides, both platforms. The only platform that get a pass is probably Nintendo. But from
both
this is on both sides.
Said it, G. Both company heads said it. You had Jim Ryan come out and tell you motherfuckers wasn't enough. He clearly said it plain as day. We ain't selling enough consoles. Post just said, I know Post ain't the goddamn the CEO or CFO of any of these companies, but we just broke down the numbers from the PS2 to where we at now. And now you have Phil Spencer saying the same thing, doubling down. We keep selling to the same individuals.
Yeah, the console industry hasn't grown in 24 years.
Eating ass individuals that go out there and buy
think about that.
One console, then you got to buy the limited edition console. Oh, I want to buy another console because they got the skin connected to it. You motherfuckers ain't enough.
Just because a man tell you something that you don't want to hear, right? And giving you a solution and a direction doesn't mean he's trying to tank the brand.
Bruh.
He's thinking ahead. He's preparing. He's getting the canned vegetables, the canned meats. It's going to be rough times ahead. Well, he's building the ark.
Man,
the storm is coming, bro.
A lot of people gonna sink.
Let me tell you something. The console industry hasn't grown in over 24 years. Think about that. 24 years. PlayStation 2 was the last console that hit 160 million sold. A console hardware ain't hit that yet. And if it does, it might be the Switch, and that'll be a handheld.
Right.
But I'm talking as far as consoles, 360, PlayStation 3, Xbox One, One X, PlayStation 4 Pro.
Yeah, bro. PlayStation biggest game this year. It's bigger on PC. It's mostly supported on PC.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know people going to listen to this audio and say, well, look at the revenue. Well, buying game and software stuff, that's the revenue increase in terms of the software and things like that. But we're talking about.
But you gotta consider inflation too, bro. We weren't spending $70 a game. Like, the revenue should be up.
What console gonna be the first one to break 200 million hardware units sold? Cell phone, you know what I'm saying? Cell phone is in the billions.
They do that shit.
Fuck millions.
Cell phone got
cell phones. You know what I'm saying? And cell phone is a necessity as a thing of communication. But I'm just saying though.
Call of Duty Mobile already breaking records.
It has.
Come on, man.
But what console is going to break the PS2 number? I'm talking about a console. I'm not talking about a handheld device. I'm talking about a dedicated gaming console. What console? The PS3 and 360 and they split like 80-something million units apart, which was a decline from the previous area because you went from 160-some million hardware units sold and then came out in the PS3 era only did about 80 to 90 million units. That's not progression. That's you regress. That's a decline. Then you come in the PS4 era, you do 118 million. You still ain't got back to the PS2 numbers.
Yep.
Yeah, the PS2 was a DVD player.
Yeah.
That's what sold the PS2.
Yeah, but still.
But
still.
I mean, but I'm not taking anything away from them. But I mean,
a Blu-ray player on it.
Yep.
The Xbox tried to go with HD DVD.
Done.
Still, I mean,
that didn't work.
But that goes to show you that the transitioning was happening then. That when the 360 came out, that the 360 was actual a digital console.
Yeah.
It did digital movies, digital music, digital games.
Brought achievements to the gaming world.
Brought achievements. And once that started, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying though, they say the console market is 200 million, right? And you're only selling to
the same
anywhere
people.
from 100 to 120 million or a little bit more. So you're selling to the same people. And then when you're not selling enough, you got these little Ponzi schemes. Give me $10 just to upgrade your game. Give me this and that. So since you're not selling more, you're asking the same people for more money.
Yeah,
exactly what Phil was talking about.
I'm gonna tell you now. I think that PlayStation VR 2 was already PC compatible from day one. I'm gonna keep it with you.
I mean,
I think they was on some selfish shit and they wanted to sell consoles. So let's tie it to the console, and then let's see what happened with the sales. And if it ain't up to our standard, then just do this update.
Mellow, that thing is that thing on life support, bro. They have to bro. I won't be surprised that thing work on Xbox. They got to get that thing out of warehouses.
Let me tell you something. Millions of them bitches in where. How much the PSVR 1 sell?
I want to say was it 5 million?
5 million. They thought the PSVR 2 was going to do the same. They attached it to the PlayStation 5 because you need a PlayStation 5. But who didn't read the room that you in the post-COVID era with inflation and where it is, and that you're asking somebody to spend $1,000 on a headset and a console?
Hello.
The PSVR came out what year?
For most people.
The PS4 had way more units out when the PSVR 1 came out.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna have to research that, but I mean,
it's
not enough PS5s anyway. It's not enough PS5s to support a peripheral that requires a PS5. So you're already limited. You're already making it hard to access anyway because you got to have this $500 console to play this $600 peripheral.
Only people in the VR community know what's going on in VR. In the VR community, ain't no PlayStation right now. It's on
PC, and they're not playing games.
On PC, yep.
They watching upgraded videos.
Them dudes got the headsets on, pumping the air.
They over there. They got over there. They got accessories. Hey, look, post. They got accessories for the VR. No, they humping the air.
They on Amazon buying them little booties.
Yeah. They got the little things that they got the script to them. They got the script and they go with the video.
They got that diddler package.
Yeah.
Nigga got a diddler package with a VR headset, boy. That's crazy. In 2024, boy.
In 2024, they out there pumping the air, bro.
Who's this
man? My God, you know what I'm saying?
They got the accessories, but they got they over there.
They got they best strokes, nigga. That's crazy.
The Ruham say y'all gotta have this $1,000 PC to use this VR headset, HTC 5 and other headsets, the ones without the mobile chip. The Ruham, that's not true.
You can buy a Quest mobile.
You can buy a Quest. Quest don't need a PC to work. What are we doing here, the Ruham?
Hey,
What are we doing, bro? Come
the
on, man.
Meta
Just
Quest. Hey,
try again, Ru. Try again, Ru. Try again.
Yeah. Just look. Let me tell you something, man.
just hold your L with the
That
rest of the
brother,
Busoni, nigga.
that Harataki came out and told y'all, man. Look,
Man
we
said we dying out here, bro.
deprioritizing the PlayStation VR2. Name me one first party studio from Sony right now that's working on a PSVR2. They closed the one that was
They
making
shut him down.
PSVR2 games. Name me one studio.
That man, what's his name? Toyota Hirokoshi.
You
What was his
call that
name?
boy a
I don't want. I don't
Toyota?
want to. I don't want to
Yeah,
mess
he
his name up.
definitely calling that nigga a Toyota.
Hiroki.
A
You know
to-
what I'm talking about,
you
bro.
call that boy a Toyota? A
I don't
I don't
know.
Toyota?
want.
He
I don't
called
want
that
to
nigga
mess
a
his
whole
name up.
lot.
You
But
didn't mess his name up.
you
You
know,
called that brother a
I
Toyota.
can butcher names.
you know what I'm referring
Damn.
to, bro.
Shit, slaughter.
I don't want to butcher his name, but he came out and spilled all. He told us a bunch of stuff we weren't supposed to know about Sony
Hey,
finances.
yo,
These
that
niggas
boy
been
came
lying
out.
to y'all. They ain't got no
That
money.
dude
First day on
came
the
out.
job.
They ain't got no games.
Look, that dude came out and kept it real, bro. You know what I'm saying? And kept it real.
Developers out here padding the books on these games. They ain't spending no damn 300 million on these fucking
Hey,
games.
We
Give a
listen,
going broke
fuck.
in this
but the
bit.
only thing I don't like is that the industry, the media, is making this an Xbox issue when it's an industry
Like
issue. You
always.
just got Embracer that just got sold to Take Two for 420 some million, damn near $500 million dollars. You got certain Infinity, a support studio for Call of Duty and Halo. They just laid off 25 people for the first time in like 20 some years. You got Media Molecule that just had layoffs and downsizes. You got Sega who just gave their employees bonuses and stuff like that and a raise, but then turned around and laid off some people. They also just
Dang.
allow Relic Entertainment to go independent. So it's a big
It's a
shakeup,
shift.
and,
Yeah.
and it is a shift in the industry. And either businesses and publishers and game developers are going to find a way to survive this shift, to prevent a total collapse of the industry.
Mhm.
To prevent a total collapse of the industry is going to have to call for major change, and some of that change you're not going to agree with. Some of that change you're going to be pissed with, but it's going to be necessary.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
is what
Thank
it
you.
is.
That's
But
what,
I,
and
Thank you.
that goes back to what I was saying, bro. Like they read the room, bro. Like when these people come out and tell us things, we might not agree or like what they're telling us, but they keeping it real. They keeping it real. What they're telling you is, if we keep doing this console only shit, nigga, we
yeah,
all gonna be out of business.
yeah.
Everything gonna get shut down. We have to expand.
We gonna have to
If we keep
reduce on your
selling
favorite
bad,
games.
if we keep paying these games that's cost 200, 300 million and not getting 400 or 5, 6, 7, 8 or $1 billion back off these games that's cost 2, 3, 4, $500 million, yeah, we're gonna cease to exist at some point.
You don't
See
think
that?
I'm serious? You don't think I'm serious about what I'm telling you? All right, we about to shut down 3 of our studios right now. You think
Yeah,
it's still a game? We're gonna shut down 2 more, and then we're gonna lay off some employees.
yeah,
Shit,
Bro,
one
it's like
better.
this.
Y'all
It's the
want
reality,
innovation?
bro.
You want innovation in video games? No, y'all only playing one thing, which is battle royale games. So this is what y'all going to get for the next 5 years until I see y'all do a shift.
yeah.
Uh,
That means if you want a single player adventure game, I don't know what it's going to cost us X, Y. No, we can't do that. But we can give you another Fortnite
we're gonna give you
rip
Helldivers
off.
3. We're
We'll
gonna
give
give you
you
Helldivers.
Helldivers 3 with the original assets. Like, yeah, bro.
Yep.
Writing on the wall,
And then
bro.
you could get everything that you purchased on the last game for a small fee
Oh
of
yes.
$150.
Side note, real quick. FYI, just a sidebar, real quick. I got to get this off my chest since we don't stay the game. Um, you PC niggas, y'all been getting done dirty and wrong by NBA 2K24. Just the 2K franchise, period, on PC. I bought that game on some. I wanted to make some content. I think I told you about this. No, I told you about talk about it in the Ricky Brown show.
Yeah.
They gave them the last gen version of NBA 2K
Oh yeah, for the past 4 years.
23.
Mad at too.
23, not 24. 23. I was so damn blown. I was blew out the water. Like, fam, are y'all talking about giving us takeover meters? We did this last year, not last year.
every
2K23,
every PC owner doesn't have
bro.
the
I'd be
necessary
pissed.
hardware to match what games that we're playing
They need to be
current
suing
gen.
over there. They got to sue. They need to sue. I instantly got a
They would.
refund, but they need,
Yeah,
bro. That's
it's for
crazy.
compatibility purposes, bro. If they make the last gen version, it's compatible with more PC configurations. You don't have to have the
Man,
top of the line
nasty
device.
work. I get
Like,
it. I get it, but I don't get it. Because
mm,
ain't no way
everybody
in
need to
hell
upgrade.
I buy an
Yeah, okay.
expensive ass PC and then I go to say, hey, I'm gonna get 2K, and y'all literally gave me the last gen version. No, I mean not last gen. I keep saying that. Last year version of 2K. I'm not even getting the current generation of 2K. They need to get their ass beat for that, bro.
Man, ain't nothing but modders and hackers on there anyway, bro. They they
Uh,
done they done made their own game.
that shit crazy. Yeah, that's all I
Yeah.
had to get out my chest. I'm still gonna play 2K though.
Big facts, big facts, big facts.
Yeah, man, but shit, man, that's just look, man, that's just how it goes, man. Any other thing y'all want to talk about before we get up out of here? There's so much going on, man.
Mm.
Yeah, I
We
was
could
about to say,
probably
what
say
about this
something for
shit
another
about this
show.
Matt Booty mess? Everybody talking about they want Matt Booty back. I
What's
heard they
going
was
on with Matt
rumbling that
Booty?
on
What
Twitter.
happened? Matt Booty back?
Somebody was screaming about they want Matt Booty back. No Diddy.
What to say? No.
Y'all know what I'm talking about, nigga. Don't do that to me, man. Don't do it.
What's anything recent? Let's see. We talked about I've been following the tech stuff mostly. The FSR. We talked about the PS5 Pro. Talked about the handheld.
Oh, Post, what's your take on Apple getting sued, real quick? And we can, and y'all can do whatever. What's your take on Apple getting sued since you used to work for them?
Why you gonna put me out there like that?
Oh well, never mind. We both
You,
Apple heads, so what's your take on it?
you didn't say it or not. They've been sued by the DOJ, right? The Department of
Yeah.
Justice.
Yep.
On the App Store stuff.
This one is actually about the message situation. They say that Android users that send messages to Apple devices, Apple purposely downgraded the images and quality of it, and yada yada yada, and the privacy due to the blue messages.
What they won on the App Store stuff already, I believe. The Ruham. That's what I was trying to see what's going on. I know the DJ. I haven't looked into it, but I did see a tweet where the DOJ said they was investigating Apple for apps certain specific App Store policies. I didn't know Noah was talking about the messaging with between Google and Android. I didn't know that.
Oh, okay. Well, then you ain't know nothing about it. Yes, it was going. The government supposed to be suing Apple because of uh they was doing foul play with the Android of devices allegedly
Oh, okay.
when it came to image quality and videos being sent. And that was due to the fact that I guess Android devices and Samsung have switched over to something
Mm-hmm.
called RCS or RSC, something. I forgot the name of it, the letters.
And I was about to say, yo, Post, would you go live more often if you hit 10,000 subs on YouTube? I think it's
Oh
not
damn!
about
No,
a sub thing. It's just
I would.
I got a new job. Also, I'm about to start classes too. That grant for 10,000 definitely got approved. I'm waiting for the voucher to come through, and then I'm gonna be starting classes this week. I was sitting in classes from different IT schools. They invited me to their to sit in on their classes, different classes, Network Plus. I did an Amazon Cloud Practitioner class. I did a Security Plus class. Just to see which school I wanted to attend based on, meeting the instructors and things like that. So that's what I've been doing. That's why I couldn't really get to none. But we live today, so my class ain't started yet. So now I got all of that out of the way, and I'm waiting on the voucher. We're good. I just have to figure out what days I'm gonna do my classes on, what time they're gonna be, and then work with Noah and Mello. So we probably reschedule things. But we go live today. Tomorrow is Sunday, Easter. Shit, I'll go live tomorrow. I don't celebrate Easter.
We can definitely coordinate a time. Hey, real quick, let me shout out my bro Ruhan, man. Yeah, about that VR. So yeah, I want to say the most popular selling VR is the Quest, if I'm not mistaken. Most people don't care about the like the power when it comes to the VR. I mean, there's some that hook them up to the PC to get better visuals, but at the end of the day, it's a casual machine. And number two, one thing we do got to discuss. There was an article or a mention that some of the third party publishers are debating on if it's worth releasing their games on Xbox. Did y'all see that?
You said what now?
I heard
There's some third party publishers. They mentioned at GDC, the publisher said, was it even worth their time releasing games on Xbox? That's the news that came out. I mean, we ain't gotta talk about it tonight, but I was just asking if you guys seen that.
I seen it.
No, I ain't seen it. I ain't seen. Look, I only like doing. Let me tell y'all something, and that's another thing. And I think Noah and Mello will see, like in the DMs, I'll be like, drop links to topics y'all want to discuss.
Yeah.
Usually prior to then, I used to have all the topics. I used to be booka. But during the week when I'm working, like I get out the house about 5, 6 a.m.
Yeah.
I don't have time to look at my phone no more.
Me neither. I'm doing this intern role right now, bro. And like bro, my hours, like I get an extra day off, but the days that I'm working, man, it's longer days, so I don't really get a chance. I don't get many opportunities to really sit down and look at my phone. And I catch up on my days off or at night, before I go to bed. But I be tired, bro. I mean, sometimes it's hard enough to copy a link and paste it in the DM. But like, man, I'm gonna do that shit in the morning. I'm gonna fall asleep.
Yeah, man. Look, I come home, I just be out of it. And then doing my little 15-minute breaks or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not even on my phone no more. I'm politicking with people.
Facts, bro. Facts.
Yeah, I'm like, shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Or taking care of business. You only got so much time to man, do I get this handled? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even I'm really like in the Discord or the DM as much as I used to be.
Yeah. I hop in the DMs that I'm in that night and I'd be like, what's going on? What I miss? And then they'd be like, you late to the party, you late to it, or what up the band. But yeah, that's why I'm not up in tune with. I still haven't read the Polygon interview of Phil fully all the way through. Even this Phil Spencer article from VGC, I only scoured through that. And so yeah, like that's why I be like, hey, Mello, no, what y'all want to talk? I've been having the chance to look at my phone no more, man.
Yeah, and I might not even get to respond to like late at night, and then you won't see it till like a day or two later. I see you. I see the emoji hit. Like, damn, nigga, I posted that shit 2 days ago.
Yeah. Hey, Mello and Noah be like, post, what up? 3 days later. Hey, yo.
Let's go live. Let's go.
3 days later. Hey, Mello, make this thumbnail.
Right. Bro, I looked at the phone. I was like, this motherfucker here.
Yeah, man.
Or he hit you with the, you turn around, we talk like, hey, yo, then we see this nigga posting something about anime. You see the Crunchyroll movie? Like, mother, what we doing, man?
But I like it though.
That be them quick tweets, man. Look, my break's only 15 minutes. Shit, my lunch is only 45. You feel me?
They stole 15 from me.
I don't even get an hour. You feel
Hey,
me?
Get the whole hour.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm rushing to eat, and then and
like, get back in here, post these dishes. Ain't gonna watch themselves.
exactly. So man, but I just got to see how this year gonna play out with the work and when I do schooling, and if we have to change the days that we stream, I will notify them, and we'll definitely notify y'all. But we finna get up on out of here, man. And y'all got something just say, Mellow, Noah, y'all wanna, whatever before we get up out of here?
Stop crying like bitches, man. Just play your game.
I might get back to this celebrate, man.
I gotta catch up on these Diddy videos, see what's going on.
Huh? What?
No. I'm talking about the news, bro. Not the tape. Man, let me rephrase that.
Yeah, brother.
Let me rephrase that.
That didn't come out right, bro.
That didn't come out right.
That didn't come
My
out
bad.
right.
No Diddy. Listen. Look, bro. Hey, look. I gotta catch up on the news of what's going on with this Diddy situation, bro. Like, I'm catching up on YouTube, bro. So I see they just in Homeland Security interview Cuba Gooding Jr. But it's a lot going on, bro. And 50 Cent done called a charge.
Yeah.
Man, 2024. Cat Williams called it.
Karma God with the $5. I can't trust none of these Xbox dudes anymore. The copium is real. There's only a few content creators I F with. Shout out to you, Post. Yo, thank you, man. We appreciate that. Karma again with the $5. Where are the articles on Jim Ryan tenure at PlayStation? Instead, they want to focus on Xbox. Make it make sense. Post up. You look. And I wanted to get to that, and I think that's probably be a discussion for tomorrow. We'll do an Easter show tomorrow, go live. I think my lady and stuff gonna be cooking, so while she cooking and shit like that, we'll talk about that tomorrow, Carmen, because I definitely want to talk about the media ignoring what's going on at PlayStation.
Oh man. That's nasty work.
And focusing on Xbox. Studios closing, games being canceled, people being laid off, no roadmap, all that shit. Where are the articles?
Work, bro.
Where are the articles? Where are the articles? Where's the people doing the deep dive and the investigative journalists to figure out what's going on there? Everybody making negative articles about Xbox. Maxine Entertainment with the $5. Gang, sub family. What's good, brother?
What up, Matt? What up, Matt?
Gang.
Yeah, but we gonna definitely talk about that tomorrow because I'm off. Y'all off tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm off. Yeah. I gotta do some stuff with the wife, but
I'll probably do a Diddy segment.
Okay,
so gonna be
pause.
You know what? This is what we'll do. This is what we'll do.
Okay,
we'll do a more open discussion on tomorrow. So tomorrow's show won't be a stated gaming show. It'll be a new show called Let's Talk About It.
Hey yo, you should let people from the comment jump in, bro. We gotta figure that out.
And we'll let y'all come in tomorrow. So tomorrow be we'll start that. We'll have to
say jump post.
This will be a second show, right?
Yeah.
This will be a second show where we'll be able to discuss not only gaming, but we'll be able to discuss the stuff that's going on with Diddy and Homeland Security. Because I got my opinions on what's really going on with that.
I get my
don't get too distracted. The left hand will always. You focus on the left hand, not knowing what the right hand doing.
Hey, now.
You know what I'm saying? Even with that tanker that hit that bridge, that just wasn't no simple accident.
And that submarine too, bro. That submarine that imploded, all of that stuff, bro.
Yeah, so we'll do that. And that's what Sunday shows will be. Sunday shows will be a more open discussion, not just about gaming, but stuff that's going on in the world. And then we'll also allow you, the people in the chat, to come on and voice your opinion about whatever discussion.
We got some topics. We gotta talk. You seen what Lizzo said? She quitting, bro.
Yeah, see that's it. That
I
too.
about to say her ass been quitted, nigga. We know about the banana.
Oh shit! They say the feds found the tapes. Yo.
Who said that?
I'm gonna post the links on.
Well, I mean that's
they
the goal.
already went in there for that.
It ain't about P. Diddy. It's about
linking up names and times.
Man, bro,
it's about the evidence he had on high profile people.
Let's
just say that.
I think we're gonna learn a lot though
behind all this.
I'm talking about way back Heavy D. I'm talking Heavy D, Tupac, Biggie. I think we're gonna learn a lot, bro.
What happened? And what happened? This is just a small preview for tomorrow. What happened is when those lawsuits came out, and that old girl and the producer now that's when he started talking about how it's multiple cameras in every house, in all the rooms, microphones and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You had some high profile people there doing them late night freak parties.
Take that.
Doing some. And now they found out that they on video and audio.
Take that.
And that's a lot of power.
Thought I told you that we won't
You can hold that over a lot of people's head. So we'll talk about it. Look at that. Take that. So we finna get up on out of here, man. Thank y'all for another State of Gaming. Make sure y'all show up tomorrow for our first show. Let's talk about it. Where we just gonna talk about what's going on in the world. We could talk about gaming, but we'll be more talking about perspective of what's going on in the world and our opinions on it. And then we'll go from there. We'll do that every Sunday, do State of Gaming on Saturday until the day and time change. We just got to figure out what time we're going live tomorrow. Salute. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, man. If you haven't, share this link out. If you're just showing up and you missed the show, just take it back to the beginning. We had Mr. Boomstick on here. We also had my brother Fuzzy Beldeer. Two great guests. We had a great conversation. And so we're going to be up out of here. Yes, sir.
Infinite taking my talking points.
My Chicago brother, I got to get you back on here too, brother. I love politicking with you. And we're going to get up out of here, man. What we going to play? Because we had a short intro today. What I'm going to play to get up on out of here?
Oh, shit. Play that last one with, dang. Yeah, the last one you played.
All right, I'll play that. Here we go.
We break.
Yeah. Let's go. Smalls, I think we gotta talk to him for a bit. You know? Okay. I'm surrounded by dungeons and dragons and petty wagons. The poor petty the wagon, begging for change in heaven. Liquor store next to the churches, they walking past it. On the very same corner, asking for blessings. Sitting here talking to God, expressing confessions, asking questions. They say don't ask, but I need answers to these cancers affecting my daily mantras. Demons asking to enter, left and right up my gender, but I remain center. Cold world or summer exit for winter. Fuck mics, this is sex with a pencil. No next mental text, paint pictures like aerosol stencils. Aerosol, no aerosol. Send shots dead at y'all with no care at all. Hammers get